From challengers to top of the standings, the Vaderz have quickly become a powerhouse club in the Premier League, riding a 4-game winning streak. They look to continue their winning ways against the defending champion Sandvipers. Sandvipers on the rise as well, have won 4 out of their last 6, righting the ship after a shaky early season stretch. The reigning champs will have their work cut out for them tonight in what is widely touted to be the series of the week. Good evening and welcome to Hideaway Field in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. You are watching Premier League WIFFLE, tonight's 3-game series. Set to get underway just minutes from now. The Vaderz, the away team, wearing purple. The Sandvipers, the home team, wearing black and green. And thank you for joining us on this Tuesday night. I am Greg Kelly, joined tonight by my good friend and colleague, Jim Dodos, offering expert commentary. Jim, starting out the week on a Tuesday.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting start to our second half. Starting on a Tuesday, a little bit of weather last night. But anyways, great to be back up here with you again. It's been a while, so excited to give our viewers some Tuesday night action.
Yeah, we had some wind conditions last night here at Hideaway Field. You can see right there on your screen, we had sustained winds, 35, 40 miles an hour, gusts up to 60, 70 miles per hour. We had to make the decision before last night's series to call it first in PLW history, but we are right back here live tonight. The winds have calmed down. Still a little blustery,
sure,
but nothing like it was yesterday. The Vaderz, this team on the top of the standings, formidable to say the least in offensive and defensive categories, Jim.
Yep. Greg, they're young, they're talented, and they're committed. I mean, I'm looking at some of the at-bats of some of these guys. 3 players with over 100 at-bats, Greg. I mean, these guys show up week in, week out, ready to play. And it all starts on the mound with Billy Santiwan, who, everyone kind of knows his deal. 9 wins on the year, 5 saves, second in ERA, 1.17. Some dominant stuff at times.
Yeah, Santiwan, obviously the ace. He'll get the start here in Game 1. The Vaderz, strong offensively coming into the season, have only gotten better with the rise of Gio Battistoni, Kyle Etter, and of course the red-hot Ethan Ibarra.
Gio Battistoni has multiple hits in 7 of his last 8 games, Greg. Wow. He's really been a huge kind of rocket up the bottom of that lineup, really kind of supporting what Etter and Ibarra have been doing all season long. You know, everyone knows Ibarra, 15 home runs, just has that smooth swing, very simple, and the ball just explodes off his bat.
Let's take a look at that Vaderz lineup. It's going to be Ethan Ibarra, the shortstop, leading off. Gio Battistoni up into the 2-hole, riding a great season, playing second base. Kyle Etter, the left fielder. Batting third, Tanner Roundy, the right fielder, in the 4-hole. Alec Hutt gets his first start tonight for the Vaderz, batting 5th, playing third base. Billy Santiwan, the starting pitcher. We'll round out that 6-man lineup. Substitutes include Nate Stebna, Cesai Alarcon, Scott Burley, Jake Slusher, and Alonzo Valencia.
Yeah, plenty of depth on that lineup, Greg. And moving Gio up into the 2-hole, I really liked him down in the lineup, gave that bottom of the order some punch. So let's see if that can be, if Alec Hutt can replace Gio's production.
The Sandvipers are the home team, and they'll take the field first tonight. Once again, it's no surprise that ace Tom Gannon will get the ball here in game number 1. Tom continues to be the workhorse for this team, 58 innings pitched as we start the second half of the season tonight.
That's 58 innings of 134 total for the Sandvipers. Wow. So that's almost about 45% of the overall production. If you're able to get to the bullpen, and that's what the Vaderz are going to try to do. They do have a capable offense that can get there. But yes, Tom, multiple pitches, can locate him and throw strikes. If he walks out, it's a problem.
Of course, we can't overlook the extended absence of Adam Tanek. Absent again this week. He's been out of the lineup for 3 weeks. We keep receiving cryptic messages from him. Where is he in the world? A lot of people speculating that he might be in Southeast Asia. As I look at the taxi cab there, that looks like Thailand. I think that pretty much probably confirms what a lot of people in the chat thought. Adam has taken an extended vacation. When he will return, nobody really knows. What is that? What kind of impact does that play on the Sandvipers lineup?
Yeah, a massive left-handed bat, for one. I mean, he's also the captain and the manager, so I think Hicks and Gannon doing a good job filling in for him, but the Sandvipers have a big left-handed bat coming sometime, but I don't know when. This is the longest I've gone without speaking to Tanek in a couple years, so I'm very interested about his whereabouts and looking forward to him to returning to being a productive bat in this lineup.
This series being touted the matchup of the week. We're going to toss it out to online correspondent James Stein with his opinion on this matchup. James.
Greg, thank you. My matchup of the week is Vaderz Sandvipers. This should be an extremely telling battle between these two teams. The Sandvipers sit in third place, but just one game out of seventh. They're coming off a series win, but they will be dealing with the first place Vaderz as they struggle to climb their way back up into the rankings. And the question that everybody wants to know is, where's Adam Tanek? Now for the Vaderz, they've got a whole lot of good things going on for them, a lot of positives, but questions remain about the team's viability in the long run. Are they going to be able to harness their abilities and beat elite teams? And to that end, who are the elite teams if not the Vaderz themselves? For my prediction, I've actually got the Vaderz winning the series 2-1. However, if Tanek shows up, it could very much go the other way. Back to you.
James, thank you very much. Jim, I got to agree with James's assessment there. I do have my purple tie on tonight. I'm taking the Vaderz 2 games out of this series. But again, with the absence of Adam Tanek, he injects so much into this lineup. Whenever he gets back into the Sandviper lineup, he's sure to make an impact immediately.
Absolutely. Again, we miss him, but let's get to some ball, GK. These guys are itching to get after it, and Tanek not here, so let's see if the Vaderz can add to their lead up top of the standings.
Ethan Ibarra will lead off for the Vaderz. Tom Gannon on the mound for the Sandvipers. Game number 1 of a 3-game series is underway. First pitch, high and away. Ibarra offers at it, swings and misses. 0-2.
Yeah, great location to live with Ibarra. Probably the two top and bottom corners of the strike zone. If you can get him to swing at something low and in, Greg.
Again, it goes with the riser there on pitch 2. Ibarra holds off 1-2. Finger ball, grounder to Hicks. He'll pick it up. Toss it in the backstop easily for out number 1.
So many hitters just uncomfortably in front of that. You don't think you are on the timing, and there it goes off the end of the bat. And so deceptive.
Tom Gannon will insert a finger into the wiffle ball. His motion remains the same. The speed slows down at the last second as that wiffle ball is released off his fingertip. Signature pitch for Gannon. Here's Gio Battistoni with 1 away. First pitch, comebacker. Tavano having a little trouble with it. A little miscommunication. Hicks will pick it up, but it will get short. A little bit of wind probably didn't help that.
Yeah, Greg, I saw some indents in that ball, too, coming in, not looking like it was fully shaped. Maybe a taco ball there off the end of the bat.
Yeah, the ball can get dented. It's not going to bounce the way that the fielders are expecting. That was indicative of how Tavano and Hicks had trouble with it. Kyle Etter with 1 on and 1 away. Looks at ball 1. Drop ball misses for ball 2.
Do want to touch on the wind tonight, Greg. Coming straight from the south in the storm last night. Coming from the northwest in this ball game here.
Yeah, wind blowing right in, possibly a little in from left. So left-handed batters probably have the advantage tonight. Etter's going to wait on that one and smash it through the 5-6. So he'll advance Battistoni over to second. And Vaderz with a 1-out rally.
And that's what we were seeing with Gannon when we faced him, Greg. When he gets 3-1, 3-2, he just throws a cookie because he knows how important it is for him to stay in the game. It's going to be a strike, and it's going to be slow in the 40s.
I'll bring up Tanner Roundy with 2 aboard. He'll look at the finger ball low for ball 1. Another one's Devano, double play ball. Hicks gets the force out, tosses it into the center panel in under 5 seconds, and the Sandvipers get out of the inning unscathed.
Beautiful double play there, Greg. You know, Hicks just looks so nonchalant on that throw, gets something behind it, just so easily into the backstop, no doubter.
Hicks really learned to make the holes in the wiffle ball work for him. He just uses a little sidearm flick. So much power and accuracy behind that throw from the sure-to-be Gold Glover, Justin Hicks.
Yeah, Hicks, great in the field and has a bat in his hand here, and what he has done with the bat as well, truly becoming one of the premier hitters in this league, leading the Sandvipers in pretty much every offensive category.
Yeah, let's take a look at that Sandvipers lineup as we move here into the bottom of the first. Justin Hicks will lead off. You saw him over there at shortstop. Tom Gannon, the pitcher, will bat second. Mark Tavano, the second baseman. In the 3-hole, Jordan Keegan plays left field and bats fourth. Kenny McDowell will be the designated hitter, and Michael Dean, featured in that graphic, at third base and batting 6th. Substitutes include Dustin Flente and Glenn Meadows. Billy Santiwan will take the hill for the Vaderz. Santiwan has been excellent. He is the wins leader in this league with 9.
Yep. And he will come in at the end of games, in games 2 and 3, if he has innings as well. They insert him whenever there's a chance to win a ball game.
First pitch from Santiwan is a knuckleball. He's going to throw about 70, maybe even higher. 80% knuckleballs, Jim?
Yeah, I'd say 80%. Changes the speed very well. They can come in hot at times, but he'll throw them anywhere from 46 to 59 miles per hour. Really has a nice range on that pitch.
Gets ahead of Hicks, 1-2 there. Hicks is going to foul that one off and stay alive. We should mention it's a little bit chillier here tonight at Hideaway Field, and that knuckleball is really dancing.
Yeah, it has some wind at its back coming from the side as well.
Another one fouled off. We are perched directly above the batter here. I can see the holes on the wiffle ball. It's not moving. It is not spinning at all.
No, things dancing out there.
Hicks will foul another one off.
And you see what it's doing. It's missing barrels. It's just missing the bat. You know, Hicks looks like he has a beat on it. It's dancing at the last minute and just missing the barrel. Hicks doing a good job spoiling pitches, though.
Shot right up the middle. Justin Hicks aboard with a leadoff single.
Yeah, when you're a .417 hitter, you slug .824, and you're on base at .508, you can't miss this barrel for too long, and he squares that one up the middle. Beautiful start for the Sandvipers.
Hicks, the RBI leader in PLW with 35. Third in home runs. He has 10 so far this season. I'll bring up Tom Gannon. Nobody out. Runner on first.
Yeah, this 1-2 punch from the Sandvipers, even without Tannic, is still extremely elite in this league. Feared by every pitcher.
Gannon will swing and miss. 1-2. Shot over to the right side. That'll advance Justin Hicks all the way over to third. Runners on the corners, nobody out.
Beautiful job by Tom. You know, Tom hitting .341 coming in, 23 hits, 30 hits. 23 of them are singles. Just does a great job of putting the ball in play and hitting it hard somewhere. And the Sandvipers got something going here in the first.
We didn't talk much about betting wiffle points. If you haven't done so already, get your prediction in. This game is a pick 'em.
Yeah, GK. Trying to jam so much in there in that pregame. That was good stuff.
Tavano will swing underneath that knuckleball from Santiwan. 1-2. Right down the middle. Jim, I'm going to disappear from the booth for 1 second.
Yeah, see that radar? I'll take it over if you're here, GK.
We need to see the radar and the stopwatch on the screen. I'll get that fixed.
Absolutely. Twitch chat all over it. We're taking care of it for you. What's going on, everybody? 235 of us joining. It's Jordan Keegan taking the plate here, left-handed bat. First pitch from Santiwan. Inside, check swing. He does not go. First and third. 1 out here at the Hideaway. Bottom of the first, game 1. Swinging to miss, knuckleball there, dancing low and in as GK coming back to the booth. It looks like a quick solution.
Yeah. Couple of buttons not pressed in our pregame routine. All fixed now.
And Keegan waves at that pitch, swing and a miss, and Santiwan looks like he might strand a pair. Kenny McDowell will be the hitter that will try not to do that. GK McDowell, 221, but 8 homers. True kind of all-or-nothing bat here.
Right over to Barra. He's going to take the short route to second base for the force out. And very much like the Sandvipers in the top, the Vaderz come back to the dugout without any runs.
GK, I'm excited to watch 2 shortstops go at it tonight. I mean, you say...
Excuse me, the other way around. The Vipers, no runs.
You say
Sorry.
Hicks is a Gold Glover. I mean, I'm right back at you with Ethan Ibarra as a Gold Glover. I mean, this guy's made some incredible plays in the field. I've seen some plays deep into center field get made, underhand throws into the backstop. He's been well into left field to make plays this season. I mean, his range is incredible. He can make an out from almost anywhere from shortstop.
Ibarra quickly adapting to wiffle ball. As we move to the top of the second inning, the top of the second inning is brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of PLW. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW family and players. You can contact Leilani on Instagram. Her handle's right there, at Leilani Acuna.
Beautiful. Petrick has 51 bits. His specialty cheer. The man himself coming in hot.
Alec Hutt will step into the box. Alec getting his first start as a Vader. Look at the first pitch in there. 0-2.
And Adam Tanek has graced us with his presence on the stream today.
Oh, Adam in the chat.
In the chat. That's big stuff. That's big time. Been a while.
Adam showing that he is at least somewhere with good Wi-Fi.
Indeed.
12-6 is deep into left field, but not with the wind today, Jim.
Just what we're touching on earlier, coming from the northwest, which is blowing in towards the right field foul pole, maybe towards the first base dugout is probably a better way to say it. Yesterday's storm blowing straight out the center. That ball's gone.
Yesterday, that ball would have been rolling down Las Vegas Boulevard. Today, it is a can of corn for Kenny McDowell. Billy Santiwan will swing and miss at the first offering from Gannon.
You'll notice clear skies today at the Hideaway. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was clear skies, just full of dust. Couldn't see much.
Yeah, we actually had a warning. The first time I've ever seen it, 11 years in Las Vegas, to get a dust warning on my phone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was no clouds in the sky, but still couldn't see the sun, Greg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, part of the reason why we decided to make the move.
Saw several pictures on social media from the center of the strip. You could not see the stratosphere as Billy Santiwan strikes out.
That's incredible. Fish Bro, primers, we love them. That's what I'm talking about. Doing it right. Here's Ibarra. Oh.
Ibarra will watch that drop in 50 miles per hour.
Hollis said it in the chat a couple weeks ago. If Gannon's drop ball's on, it's a long, long night for the offense. Pitch just, it's nasty. He moves up and down and away from the righties into the lefties. You don't think it breaks that much away from the righty. It does. It has a significant break right to left as well as north to south.
This one's going to go right side. Tavano gets a hand on it, bats it over to Hicks, who picks it up, and he's going to short this one. Or does it get in there? From our view, I couldn't tell if that hit the backstop or if it hit the ground, but we'll tell here when we look at the instant replay. Looks like it was indeed shorted, and Ethan Ibarra will reach first base.
Yeah, just couldn't get any momentum heading towards the plate there, falling towards center field. Nice job knocking it down by Tavano, giving him a chance. Great hands from Ibarra.
Gio Battistoni steps in. He had a base hit in his first at-bat, really coming alive. 356 coming into this series. He'll swing and miss at that changeup, that finger change from Tom Gannon.
Yeah, we're way out in front of that one. Such a good deception pitch. Besides the knuckleball, that pitch is really taken off in this league. I mean, players are asking about it. How does he do it? Mm-hmm. How can I do it?
We have open field here prior to every series every night where some of the people that volunteer on the stream will come out and get some at-bats or some pitching practice. Everybody trying to work on that knuckleball. They see how effective it is.
Right. Yeah, and everyone has. You see each pitcher of each team start to throw one. And I think this finger changeup is going to be next.
I want to say Leday brought it into vogue in PLW, one of the first ones to really feature it a lot. Tom Gannon, excellent at it as well as he strikes out Battistoni there for the third out of the inning. We'll move to the bottom of the second. We have Michael Dean due up for the Sandvipers. Both teams have had base runners aboard.
Sure.
Nobody's brought one across the plate just yet, Jim.
Yeah, you expect a pitching duel here in this game one with the names we have pitching. Probably a 5.5 over-under kind of game here. 3-2. We're really primed for a good game one matchup. These are two of the Cy Young favorites, so base runners may happen, but I expect these guys to strand them at a pretty high rate.
As is the norm here in Las Vegas, the winds generally tend to die down right around sunset. Mm-hmm. Notice that some of that bluster has gotten a little bit less. Conditions might be improving here at the Hideaway.
Yeah, good point. We've seen a lot of series go low-scoring game ones. People say they're rusty or not ready to get better as the series goes on. I think it's the wind as well dies down as the sun sets. See some more runs in games 2.
We've got a little bit of a delay here.
Is there a rule with phones or no?
Michael Dean's on the phone right now. We see something going.
I don't think this is an acceptable delay.
Is there a rule with phones?
I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Vaderz don't like it.
Sasai's got a challenge flag in his hand asking if there's a rule about phones right now. I don't know if there's a delay of game.
If I'm Billy Santiwan, I'm throwing a pitch here.
I don't know what's happening.
Absolutely.
Michael Dean is pointing out towards... He's pointing out towards left field.
You guys don't even live here anymore.
What? Chad is the umpire. I'm sure he's going to
This is so bizarre.
let us know what's going on right now.
Oh,
Is he
GK.
pointing?
I thought I've seen it all. There's a player coming in.
What is this?
Oh, my God.
What is this?
Where's the Stone Cold music?
Oh, my God, that is Adam Tanek.
Oh, my God, the glass
Coming
is
in
broken.
from left field. It looks like a last-minute pinch hitter for the Sandvipers. Oh, my goodness, that is Tanek. He is back from his exploits.
Oh, my.
Sasai is throwing the challenge flag.
And there was a challenge flag. What's going on? He can pinch hit. Was he at it?
I have a lineup card right. Tanek is under the line.
He is under the line.
Tanek is under the line. He wasn't on that graphic because we make those earlier in the day, but he was a last-minute ad.
Into the
Adam Tanek is in from center field and in for Michael Dean. He's up to bat right now. There's nothing to challenge.
This is a developing situation, GK. I don't even recognize Tanek because his hair. He's coming in hot. He hasn't swung a bat in weeks. Oh, this is incredible. Oh, this completely caught me off guard.
Tanek, back from his adventure, steps into the box. And he'll look at a knuckleball from Santiwan, 54 miles per hour. Welcome back to the PLW,
Welcome
Adam
back.
Tanek.
A 54-mile knuckleball. Not the most ideal pitch to be seeing. I mean,
And he's going to step out. He's going to collect himself.
Jim Ross would be great.
By God.
By God.
That's Adam Tanek. Down into the dirt, ball 1, 1 and 2 to Tanek. Feels good to say that again, Jim.
Yes, it does.
Swing and a miss, and Tanek strikes. Almost hits the backstop. Thinks better of it. Happy has controlled himself there.
Credit Tanek there stepping in against Santiwan his first at bat back. That's no easy task.
Absolutely amazing last minute pinch hitter. That'll bring up Hicks.
And Santiwan, up to the task. You see the competitiveness in his face there. Taking that serious.
Inside, ball 1.
Well, this series just took a bit of a switch, GK.
Oh, yeah. Hicks going to loft this one. Center field, it's carrying. Kyle Eder making the play, reaching across his body last moment to bring it in.
Yeah, kind of overrunning that, catching it across his body on his right shoulder there. Makes the play. Nice hands. That ball tailing a couple of different ways.
You know what? James Stein and I both picked 2-1 Vaderz. This changes everything. I don't have a green tie to change for this purple one. Gannon is going to beg that ball to stay foul, and it does.
I love it. Yeah, this is very interesting. The Vaderz do have some righties in the bullpen after you get through Santiwan that have been hit a little bit.
Gannon's going to pop this one into center field. Kyle Eder is there to make the third out of the inning.
Kyle Eder, nice range, showing off his range that inning, and maybe this kind of pumps the Vaderz up a little bit. You saw how Santiwan responded to Tanek coming, and maybe this series has some positive effect for the Vaderz as well.
You can see the look on the faces of the Vaderz, what is happening right now. Santiwan obviously among them, and he used that to propel himself forward and strike out Tanek. I'm still a little shell-shocked about what just happened in that last inning.
Yeah,
Jim.
nobody told me anything. That was a complete surprise to me in the booth, at least. Did not see that coming.
I see 2,000 people watching the game on a cell phone on TikTok. TikTokers, get over to Premier League Wiffle on Twitch. The link is written right there on the field. We have got a full production over here, multiple camera angles, live commentary, replay. You can bet and redeem Wiffle points. If you're watching on TikTok, get over to Twitch. Kyle Eder will look at ball 1 outside.
Man, there's Eder. Big power bat.
He's going to smash that one down the third baseline, but it's foul.
Definite taco ball there. That thing rotating. Looked like it had an indentation in it. Eder 307 on the season. 9 home runs. Looking to get to double digits.
Inside to Eder. He's going to go right side. Tavano ranging out from second base will make the play in shallow right field.
Not an easy play by Tavano. Positions his body. Gets out. Finds a spot and then turns and makes the play. Well done.
Not to mention the one spot at Hideaway Field that still has sun shining into it.
Sure. Yeah, good call. Fighting the sun there, too.
Here's Tanner Roundy. Hit into a double play, ending double play his last at-bat. Come up here with one out. He's going to pop this one right back to Gannon.
Spinning ball there. Gannon, one of the best at getting off the mound. No problem from him. Brings up Hutt.
Bring up Alec Hutt. Hit it hard to left field last at bat. Wind blew it back in. And watch ball one.
It's an interesting dynamic with the Vaderz lineup switching with Battistoni, the left-handed bat, moving to the two-hole. Hutt's going to be tasked with picking up the production there from the right side. Kind of like having that left-handed bat, similar to how the Legends do it with Alex Garcia at the 6-hole. Very dangerous down in the bottom of the order, have that left-handed bat.
Fall behind here, 1-2. Again, and we'll throw one down in the turf to even the count. Inside and low, full count. Looks like I heard them saying twos. Looks like it was twos. It is now a full count.
The guy on the graphic got you again. GK
Yeah.
Broadcaster's downfall there.
I have to trust the graphics operator. Swing and a miss from Hutt, and he will strike out to end the inning. This game remains scoreless as we go to the bottom of the third.
Yeah, no surprise at all. And GK, looks like we have a pretty solid stream team with us today. We've got some shot at us. That's Mr. Trevor Barrow there on the Skycam giving us some looks here.
Always love it when Trevor's up in the treehouse. One of the best of our volunteer stream team production. Takes a village out here.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's a 24/7 deal at times. Communication, getting everybody set in places. No easy task.
There's a few hours late Saturday night before I go to bed into Sunday where I'm not doing anything involved with PLW. Otherwise, it is all day, every day
Yeah.
to keep this stream going.
I saw you were out with Kirby Buckets on Fremont Street there.
Kirby did indeed have a day off. If you haven't, there's Kirby. Kirby had a little bit of fun out there on Fremont Street. He did some of the old school sites, and we'll take a look at that again a little bit later. If you want to follow Kirby, Kirby has his own Instagram page, Jim.
I followed it immediately. Very entertaining page.
Kirby Bucket PLW is the handle on Instagram. For everybody in the chat, if you haven't seen him yet, be sure to give Kirby a follow.
And with the starters on the mound in Game 1 here, GK, may not see Kirby too often here in Game 1, but yeah, I got to give him some airtime for sure.
Yeah, Kirby, the word, as Tavano strikes out, the word is that Kirby had some upgrades. He went into the shop, and he might have a little more under the hood now, Jim.
Ooh, man, that's exciting. A little more gusto, huh?
Yeah, we'll see if Chad Phillips, who has been tasked with controlling Kirby tonight, is ready for that added horsepower.
Possible user error could come into play tonight.
Keegan will watch that knuckleball in there, 53. It's 1-2.
Yeah, Chad doing his usual, talking up the third baseline with the opposing team.
Swing and a miss from Keegan. He will strike out. We do have a poll up in the chat. Who will be the difference maker tonight? Tom Gannon, Knuckle Bill, as they like to call him, Adam Tanek. Good to see him on that poll, or Ethan Ibarra. Tanek so far leading that poll. No surprise.
Yeah, Tanek, looking forward to some of these matchups now with Tanek here. Tanner Roundy's a tough matchup for Tanek as well. He may be in for it here, choosing the Vaderz to show up. It may not be a kind night at the plate for Tanek with this pitching staff.
Yeah, Vipers have had trouble with Santiwan. McDowell's going to shoot that one into center field. Eder got a really late jump at it. That ball got through his hands, hit the turf.
Yeah, I was telling my team when it was windy the same thing. Once you take that wrong first step in this wind, it's so difficult. You got to know where the wind is blowing. It's not blowing out to center. And he took a step back on that ball, and the wind knocked it down, and it's in front of him before he knew it. Misstep there in the outfield.
That'll bring up Adam Tanek. 1 on, 2 outs. And he's going to smash that, but right to Tanner Roundy in right field for the third out of the inning.
Nice swing from Tanek. He'll feel good about that. Kind of going to take him a minute to get acclimated again. But a ball off the barrel there, and that'll rush the process, I'm sure.
We'll have to ask Adam if he's gotten any wiffle ball practice in as he's been traveling and gallivanting around the world. Many of the cryptic messages and videos that we've gotten from him did feature wiffle ball paraphernalia. We've seen bats and balls in many of those messages.
Yeah,
Great thing about wiffle ball, you can practice anywhere.
Adam loves wiffle ball. He's like a little kid with wiffle ball. I know he's definitely been practicing. No doubt about it. By the looks of that swing, it's like riding a bike for him.
Maybe introducing the people of Thailand to our brand of wiffle ball.
Yeah, I might have picked up a couple viewers while he's at it.
Billy Santiwan will lead off for the Vaderz here in the top of the fourth. And look at ball one outside. Finger change, flied into right. Dustin Flinty underneath it for the first out.
Flinty prepared with his glasses out there. As you mentioned, a little bit of a sunny spot in game one. Makes the play. Santiwan, not his game, going in the air there.
Ethan Ibarra reached first base in his last at-bat. He's going to ground into a double play here, or will he not? Excuse me, can't ground into a double play when there's nobody on first. Hicks makes the out.
If there was someone at first, GK, that would have been it. Would have been a
Sure.
tailor-made ground play ball.
As I watched a fly out. And we're going to go with 4 infielders set here for Gio Battistoni. Going to have a lone outfielder's Kenny McDowell around the 102 marker in right center.
Yeah, Vipers ran this defense against the Warbirds quite a bit. The winds were blowing in, very similar to this, where they weren't too worried about the ball flying out of the ballpark. It does buy the outfielder a bit more time to cover some ground out there. But you can exploit this by going the other way.
And Michael Dean over there in the third base position. Justin Hicks at short. Tavano at second. And Dustin Flinty comes in to play first base for the left-handed batting Gio Battistoni.
And Gannon pitching, hammering Battistoni in, playing to his defense. If there is a fly ball, he'd love it to go to right or center. Don't want to miss away in this kind of defense.
Drop ball in there, 52, heart of the strike zone. Battistoni gets caught looking.
Nobody's hitting that. I mean, Gannon is lethal with that drop ball. He misses down when he struggles with it, and it's for a ball, but when he gets it at that height, it comes down over the top of your head. With that strike zone being behind you, you just have no chance there, and Battistoni gave up on that ball.
Yeah, Gannon's drop ball is a wiffle drop ball, Jim. And you see a lot of guys come from baseball. They come straight over the top, push those holes down. Gannon is actually letting the air get into that ball and bring the ball down for him.
Yeah, he throws that below TikTok took a hit there.
Oh, no, TikTok. We'll fix TikTok.
If you get over to Twitch, you don't have to worry about that. But Gannon throws that. He tips his drop ball. I mean, he will come down to the side on that pitch, and you know it's coming as a hitter almost, and you still can't hit it. I mean, he will give away the release point on that pitch.
Gannon has given away all of his pitches. He actually released a pitching tutorial earlier in the season. You can check that out on our YouTube page, along with other shorts and condensed games. Premier League Wiffle on YouTube. Justin Hicks will swing at an inside pitch from Santiwan and strike out.
And you see the speed there, 58. Santiwan will gas that knuckleball up quite a bit. And especially if he knows you'll expand your zone. He won't just throw it in there at 52, 53. Great at changing speeds.
54 and in there. Really getting treated to a true pitcher's duel here in Game 1, Jim.
Yeah, living up to pretty much what it was on paper.
Swing and a miss. Gannon will strike out.
Strike out the side right here, huh? What do you say, kid?
I mean, yeah, these guys battling their numbers. It's got their numbers side by side, GK. Impressive stuff.
Tavano will tip that one into the strike zone.
Billy's 9-0. Gannon is 7-0. These guys are a combined 16-0 on the mound here.
Jeez.
These two pitchers.
The best of the best battling
Impressive.
it out.
58 innings for Gannon, 71 for Billy. I mean, that's a huge chunk of the overall pitching production of each of their teams. Incredible.
Tavano swings underneath it, and Billy Santiwan strikes out the side.
Yeah, Billy doesn't look like he's being hit at all tonight. I mean, really, Tanik has kind of the hardest hit ball off him on that line out to right. And we might be in for the kind of game here where one run will win it.
8 strikeouts through 4 complete innings for Santiwan. He came into this series with 73, already over the 80 mark at the halfway point of PLW season number 4.
Yeah, we have one of those games where the defenses are good, the pitching's good, It's going to take a moment of magic on the offensive end or an error or some kind of weird ending in this one. We could be playing for a while here. Obviously a mistake from either pitcher, but the ball's not carrying, so wouldn't expect too many crooked runs coming up without errors or some help from somebody, a mistake.
Kyle Etter fouls that one off. Stays alive. It's 0-2.
I sure hope the line on this game was a pick'em, GK.
It was.
Yeah. Great line.
Slider misses away. 2-2 to Etter.
Walks will also be a difference point if that comes into play.
Finger change gets Etter way out in front of it. He'll strike out.
And it's every hitter, GK. They're all out in front of it. I faced it a couple weeks ago. You just don't think it's coming that slow. And time and time again, these guys are out in front.
Tanner Roundy, comebacker, stopped by the shin of Gannon.
That was brilliant. That was an intentional shin. He extended his leg out there to stop that. A brilliant play from Gannon. Can't call that accident there. Yes, he definitely stuck his left leg out there.
Kick, save, and a beauty from Gannon for the second out.
That was a brilliant play.
Alec Hutt, he'll swing way in front of that finger change. Fall behind 0-2.
He's got his pitching motion so down on that pitch. It's very, very deceptive.
It's with the slider away, 1-2. Drop ball inside. Hutt spits on it, 2-2.
Yeah, Tom missed with that drop ball. That was a strikeout pitch.
High and inside, full count to Hutt.
Yeah, Gannon won't like those last two pitches. Those are counts he wants to put him away on. Those are misses.
Popped up, Gannon after it, and he'll gather it in for the third out of the inning.
Brilliant work by Tom. Quick off the mound, defending his position, throwing multiple pitches. I mean, these two pitchers going heads up here like two Rams locking horns, GK. Really a pleasure to watch. You know, sometimes you don't get too many of these 0-0 fun ones here by two Cy Young frontrunners, and it's living up to the bill.
The style of wiffle ball we play here in PLW, specifically designed for offense. Pitchers have so many restrictions against them with that 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, and it really does come down to finesse and variety, and we are getting it showcased from these two pitchers here tonight.
Yeah, really kind of a showcase of craftsmanship by both these guys in different ways. Santiwan with one pitch, just doing it different varieties and different speeds. Gannon, a whole variety of pitches. Very impressive by both these guys.
Santiwan will throw a knuckleball. Jordan Keegan will hit it right up the middle. And the Vipers have a base runner and nobody out.
That's the way runs are going to get scored out here is you got to string some hits. There's got to be some sequencing that goes on here. It's going to take a few hits in a row to score someone against these guys. Difficult task.
Kenny McDowell looks at a knuckleball outside. 1-1.
The righties just haven't really been too close to this knuckleball yet.
McDowell swings and misses. 1-2. Got another poll up there. Cy Young Award. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, the poll says one thing. The numbers are telling me a different story. I mean, it's Knuckle Bill. These numbers are fantastic.
McDowell gets a tiny piece of that, fouls it back into the strike zone. He may do that one time. If he were to foul another one back into the strike zone, he would be out. He's going to fight that one off.
And Gannon, 58 innings, 46 hits. Santiwan, 71 innings, 40 hits. So less hits, more innings.
Right side. Tanner Roundy, excellent job backing up. He started shallow, had to take a couple of back shuffles, and a last-second jump to gather that in.
Yeah, the Vaderz outfield doesn't get enough credit. I mean, you got Stepna and Etter out there, covers a ton of ground. And Roundy's tall. He can protect that ivy fence.
56 miles an hour is hot. Adam Tannick hasn't lost his good eye on his travels.
I think he's been doing homework as well.
54.
Not a lot of homework for that, GK.
You know, a breeze was blowing in right as Billy was releasing that one. That one, 59, gets Gannon to swing and miss.
Yeah, Santiwan gets so many swings and misses on those hot pitches. The knuckleball, you just don't think it's coming in hot. and it's way over 55. But it's dancing and not spinning. It doesn't appear hot.
Justin Hicks is going to go right side. Will it stay fair? It will not. It just crossed into foul territory before it went over that pole.
Wow, that moved a good 20, 25 feet. Thought off the bat that was fair for sure.
Hicks will fight one off. Stays 0-2.
Hicks, ton of power to right field. That was impressive. That foul ball alone was impressive.
Another one to the right side. This one is foul. Roundy reaching out. Can't tell from my position, but it looks like he did not make the play.
Looking like a receiver on the out of bounds on the sidelines there, trying to make a play, just can't get there.
Down into the dirt. That is the first ball.
It's a slider from Santiwan. A waist pitch. Change something up, change the eye level.
High. 2-2. Tom Gannon wins the Cy Young Award poll in our chat. Alonso Valencia pulls that one a double relay for the force out. Alonso going down to his knees. And the double relay gets the force out at second. And we remain scoreless as we move into the top of the sixth.
Game is flying by, GK. We're 41 minutes into the sixth, close to the sixth inning already. We are into the sixth inning.
Top six, Gannon is going to return to the mound. We haven't seen an appearance from Kirby Bucket yet because there have been no pitching changes. Both these guys looking to go the distance. No walks yet. Billy Santiwan is going to lead off. Excuse me. Yes, he is. Billy Santiwan will lead off for the Vaderz here. Top six.
Man, we might be playing a while, GK, the way this thing's going.
Slow. Outside. Not sure what that was.
Might have slipped off the finger.
That one popped right off exactly as designed. 52. Heart of the strike zone. 12-6 misses outside. 2-2. Finger change inside and low. Full count. Finger change gets Santiwan to fan. He'll sit down for the first out.
Man, that was ball 4, but it looks juicy. You don't want to take it. Swings right through it for strike 3. Would have been a huge leadoff walk if you can let that go.
Bring up the leadoff hitter, Ethan Ibarra, with one away. He swings at a finger change inside and falls behind 0-2.
And kind of using that thing as like a fastball right now. Just locating it, and the timing, they cannot get the timing down.
Slider in there, but it's hot, 57 miles per hour.
And it looked like 67 after seeing 5 finger changes in a row. And it was not that far over.
Smashed through the 5-6 hole off the fingertips of Michael Dean and into left field. Ibarra aboard with a base hit. It's 1 on, 1 away for Gio Battistoni. (12-6) misses high and away. Popped up. Gannon claps his hands and gathers it in for the second out. Brad Ogden likes to say, if Tom Gannon claps his hands on a fly ball, that's it. Kyle Etter. Smash this one into center field. Dustin Flenty is after it, makes the play for the third out of the inning. The Vaderz will strand 1.
Smoothly done by Flenty, sliding to his right. Etter thought he had a hit there. Balls are hanging up out there in the outfield. And the Sandvipers got a chance to walk this thing off here. mean, we're going to see Santiwan and Gannon just blow all their innings out in game one. That would make this series very interesting.
Be interesting to see how the managers go about this if we do go into extra innings. New rules here in Season 4, Jim. Extra innings do count against that 9-inning limit that each pitcher may throw throughout a 3-game series.
Right. Well, they can continue to keep throwing, right? So these two pitchers can use 9, but continue to throw in extras?
Yeah, seldom used. Well, it's never been used, but we never at any point want to take a pitcher who started a game with no innings pitched off of the mound because of the 9-inning rule. So if you do go to the 10th inning, these pitchers may continue to pitch over that 9-inning limit because they started the game with 0.
Mike, I see your question there. No, as a hitter, I honestly don't go up to the plate not wanting to face anybody. You know, I kind of go up there with a plan and execute against whoever's out there.
Again, it's going to put Santiwan's after this pop-up, and he'll gather it in for out number 1.
Try not to worry too much about who's on the mound, who am I facing, hype it up. It's a plan of I know where the zone I'm looking to hit in and what pitches I'm facing, and we'll go from there. But I try not to hype it up too much.
Molto, Mike, a regular in our chat asking Jim which one of these pitchers he does not want to face. As Mark Tavano steps in with 1 out. Santiwan will hit the outside bar, but it's 56 for a ball. Right side, fouled out. Stepna gave chase, but unable to gather that one in. This will be a long strike.
Mark has displayed power at times. Go ahead, GK.
Looks like we've got another poll up. Which Viper walks it off?
Ooh. If Tanner gets up there, he's not due to hit this inning.
Swing and a miss from Tavano. It's as effective as Santiwan has been.
Cal nailed it. That's exactly right. Just a big believer in focusing on what you need to do.
Keegan, he'll shoot that one right past the outstretched hands of Nate Stepna. There's a base runner on.
There we go. Don't like to focus on what the other dugout's doing too much, you know, especially teams. And I want to focus. This is at work, in my career. Really focus on what's going on in my office, my field, my at-bat. Don't try to worry about too much else.
If McDowell can get on here, look out. Instead, it's a comebacker to Santiwan. He'll go forward with it for the 3rd out of the inning. We're headed for extras.
Someone on the Vaderz yelling to go 2 there with 2 outs. Could have been dangerous. Throw one into center field. Got to clean that up over there in the Vaderz dugout.
Yeah, generally those comebackers to the pitcher, they're just going to go ahead and go forward with it with 2 outs rather than turn around and try to get the force out at second. We'll move to the top of the 7th. The Vipers do indeed roll Gannon out there for his 7th inning.
Yeah, this felt like 7 innings. This felt like extra innings the whole time, GK. You just don't see too many avenues to run so far. The conditions, the pitchers out there, the defenses we have, it just does not equate to many runs.
Looks like our current poll is no longer applicable. Tanner Roundy goes dead center field for a lead-off single.
And Petrikis is on something there. Forecast the winds are supposed to die down tonight, and it's supposed to get very, very nice the rest of the week, GK.
Yeah.
May see that come into play in games 2 and 3, where the ball does start to carry a little more.
12-6 misses high to Alec Hutt. Displayed tremendous power. A fly ball deep to left in his first at-bat, struck out another fly ball in the 5th. Foul that one back into the strike zone.
Hutt finally able to get a bat on that finger change. He's been out in front of it exclusively all game. And Gannon is peppered with him. He has not messed around.
Outside, even the count. He's going to pop this one up as well. Out into foul territory.
Must have put some extra spin on that, some right to left spin, because I'm surprised that didn't get kind of blow black into the field of play there.
12-6 misses outside. A breeze came in from left field just as Gannon was delivering that pitch. Full count. Foul back. I'm trusting the graphics guy, Jim. I thought it was 2-2, but I'm going to trust him. Fly ball left field deep, and it hits the top of the container.
That looked on to me, GK.
Let's make sure we're going to keep this running. Do not let this replay expire. The home plate umpire indicated home run. It would be a 2-run shot if this ruling is upheld. Gannon is going to throw the challenge flag, so we'll keep the replay running in the background. We will not transition away from it.
I think it hit one of those ridges, GK, that you always talk about.
Yep.
Looks like that did clear that line.
The umpires are going to convene here, and they're going to go behind the hood, Jim, and they're going to look at this replay that we have available.
Ooh, that's tough.
It does look like it touches the top of the container. If it touches that yellow line, it would just be a triple.
Ooh, that's a tough one. As you can only throw a hitter of the same pitch so many times, Hutt finally able to make the adjustment on that finger change and just gets it out of here.
That looks like a home run. We do have a poll up, home run, yes or no. You can vote on it there at home. What do you think? And the Vaderz rejoice in the dugout as that challenge is lost from the Sandvipers. If there's any time to use it, it's right there. They get 1 per game. They challenge and lose. They cannot challenge anymore in this game.
Huge home run.
Vaderz up 2-0.
Yeah, kind of a free roll challenge there, GK. Got to at least try there. You get another one the next game.
Without that wind blowing in from left field, Jim, that was a no-doubter off the bat of Alec Hutt. The only reason it even came close to staying in the ballpark was that wind blowing in from left.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd see one of those get out, but just trickling out of here.
Santiwan comebacker straight to Gannon. He'll fire a missile into the backstop for out number 1.
Yeah, Gannon's not too happy about that. He's kind of the first one that blinked out of this battle. You know, there's kind of those personal vendettas. You know, it's man against man, and you know he blinks first. Didn't throw a bad pitch. Just threw too many of the same one. Kind of got behind in the count, got 3-2, and had to come in there, and Hutt dealt with it.
Swing and a miss way outside from Ibarra.
I'll defend Kenny McDowell on left there. He's getting under that like he's got to camp under, like it's blowing back to him. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think he's really thinking about robbing that.
Ibarra's going to dribble this one back to Gannon. He'll make the first 2 outs of the inning.
Kind of continuing on that, to be able to get up and rob that with a container like that, you got to give yourself some space on the container. You can't just be up against the container and then jump up. You're going to hit the container.
Right.
So I don't think he really had the angle. I think he was trying to get against the container and catch that. And it's really tough to jump straight up and get some height that you need.
Fly ball, right field. McDowell back at the 102 marker. He'll gather it in for the 3rd out of the inning. The Sandvipers are chasing 2 after a 2-run home run by Alec Hutt to put his team ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of outfielders do that. They'll get too close to the wall and then try to jump up and hit their shoulder against the container, especially a tall container like that. I don't think he had the space from the wall enough to get over and bring that ball back. He was kind of focused on camping under it.
Sure. Wiffle balls tend to hang up even in windless conditions.
Right.
You've got the wind blowing in. Very difficult to time a jump, even if it was in perfect position. It's tough to do. That ball's going to hang up on him quite a bit.
And 2 runs feels like 10 here, GK. 2-0. I mean, this is going to take a pretty good effort. The best thing they're doing here is using 7 innings up at Santiwan. Mm-hmm. But this is going to be an interesting bullpen series in games 2 and 3 if the Sandvipers don't come back.
Tanek will lead off here in the 6th hole. Santiwan looking to shut it down. Tanek trying to go the other way, nearly does, but that's fouled down the 3rd baseline.
Yeah, Tanek trying to start a rally here. A great approach to start it off, but he missed it.
inside and hot, 1 and 2. In the heart of the pan, gasses him up again, gets Tanek to swing and miss.
Yeah, he's getting Tanek with that 58, and Santiwan does that. It's kind of the book on him. The teams that have to face him for the second time. Let's see if Santiwan adjusts. It's going to be interesting.
Hicks is going to hit one deep left field,
Wow.
but that one doesn't get over the wall.
Goodness.
Kyle Letter camps underneath it near the Cheers Beauty sign for out number 2.
You got to be careful calling home runs in these conditions. Can pull a Matt Vasgersian.
I've had many of those in my WIFFLE career.
Yeah, I called Jeremy Llewellyn hit one a couple weeks ago. I said it was a no-doubter off the bat and it didn't get out. They're tough in these conditions. Off the bat, it looks like it's flying out.
Early in the season, especially with the cold air, we'll notice that air density plays a huge role in how far the ball will carry.
Sure.
Alonso Valencia knocks it down, tosses it up to Stepna, who delivers it into the backstop. And that is an out. The Vaderz take game number 1, 2-0. Jim, what a treat we've been given here at Hideaway Field. The last-minute appearance of Adam Tanek really got our blood going. Extra innings affair, a 2-run shot by Alec Hutt. The Vaderz have got to be pumped.
Yeah, their guy went out and dealt, and I love a matchup that lives up to the hype. I mean, we always get hyped up matchups. On paper, things look good, and two guys went and delivered, and Tom blinked first, unfortunately. Credit the Vaderz, but we're set up for really entertaining games 2 and 3. I assume Tanner Roundy will pitch for the Vaderz. He's been walking out early, and this Vaderz bullpen can be hit, so Sandvipers can't count them out just yet.
You've just watched the completion of game number 1 between a 3-game series between the Sandvipers and the Vaderz. Vaderz took it 2-0. Thanks so much for watching. Game 2 is straight ahead. Welcome back to Hideaway Field. Greg Kelly alongside Jim Dodos just treated to an absolute gem between the Vaderz and the Sandvipers, an extra innings affair. The Vaderz took it 2-0, a 2-run shot by Alec Hutt, getting his first start as a Vader, propelling his team to victory. 7 innings used from both of the aces on both the Sandvipers and the Vaderz. What do we expect to see here in Game 2, Jim?
Yeah, you're going to see Kenny McDowell and likely Tanner Roundy, and those are two guys that can walk out. So we could see some bullpens here. I expect to see Santiwan used at any point where the Vaderz look like they can lock the game down. So if they're ahead in the 5th inning, they will use Santiwan's innings up in Games 2 and then see what happens in Game 3.
Yep.
Just kind of umpiring on Tuesday nights. I have spent a lot of time with the Vaderz, and they use Santiwan's innings very quickly, and they want to win right now, which I actually agree with. So McDowell, 4-year A. He's been up and down. He's kind of been the guy to get the experience with Tanek gone. With Tanek being here, which I didn't expect, does give them a little more bullpen help than we've seen in the past.
Yeah, Kenny McDowell has obviously, as you alluded to, gotten a big opportunity to get comfortable up there in the absence of Adam Tanek, as somebody throws one up into the booth.
It's Tavano. Got to keep an eye on him.
I've been handed a lineup. Justin Hicks will continue to lead off. Gannon will bat second. Tavano will hit third. Adam Tanek slotting in the 4-hole. Kenny McDowell hitting 5th, and Jordan Keegan batting 6th.
Man, that's very strange not to see Tanek in the leadoff hole when he's in the lineup. Starting
off for the Vaderz, it'll be Ibarra, Battistoni, Etter, Roundy, Hutt, and Stepna sliding in for Billy Santiwan in the 6-hole.
A deserved game off for Billy after that performance, and he'll sit in the bullpen and watch his team try to win another ball game. The Vaderz, with kind of the ones not playing on Monday, have a really good chance to shoot into first place here, which they just did with that win, but put some padding between them and the ones.
We see Kenny McDowell get ready to start game number 2. Ethan Ibarra will lead off for the Vaderz. Low for ball 1. Don't forget to get your channel points in there. Who will win game number 2? 55 miles per hour and a strike. 1-2 to Ibarra.
Yep, channel points a great way to get involved in this league. Absolutely. Collect enough points, redeem them for a variety of things, GK. My POW pins will be arriving tomorrow.
I can't wait.
Maybe you can put that up in the redeem to get one of those nice pins I wear in my broadcast.
Absolutely. A broadcast-worn pin, perhaps?
Yes, a broadcast-worn pin possibly in the works here.
Ethan Ibarra strikes out for out number 1. Gio Battistoni steps in. He's going to shoot that one into right field. That's over the wall and gone. A solo shot for Gio. Vaderz up 1-0.
Gio finally gets a righty to face, and he's been crushing righties. Solo home run for the Vaderz. Here we go. These guys just mash 1 through 6. Ethan Ibarra having a night off. Who steps up? Who's the next guy? And that's part of what a great team's all about.
Battistoni giving a little peek up to Skycam as he rounds third base and heads home. Battistoni was a little salty. He didn't make the post-game poll in his last series versus the Cajuns on Friday. We're going to apologize to Gio. He certainly should have been an option in that poll. Simply a technical error from one of our interns.
It looks like he was an option for Player of the Week as well.
Sure.
Looking at his numbers.
Kyle Eder's going to swing way outside at that slider and quickly disappear into the Vaderz dugout.
I like that. Strike out and get out of there. Good stuff.
Bring up Roundy. 1 out. Excuse me, 2 outs. Ibarra struck out. Eder struck out.
Yeah, Vader's going with some throwback jerseys, aren't they, GK? Not their button-up purples today.
Yeah. The Vader's pulling out the PJs for this game here. They're known to do it from time to time.
Well, you spent money on them. You bought them. Might as well wear them, huh?
Sure. We'll call it their alternate uniform.
Yes, there we go.
A home
Third
away
kit.
and an alternate. Tanner Roundy's going to smash this one into center. It's going to be a ground rule double.
Ball flying a little bit more in game 2. The sun is setting here. It's golden hour in Las Vegas. And forecasts do say that winds will calm down. I did mention a beautiful forecast coming up for the rest of the week here. By Thursday, Friday, we're going to be having warmer temperatures and possibly, I can never predict the wind in this town, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to try that hard.
Almost no movement from the palms down here at ground level. If we look at the higher trees, we can see there is a breeze up there in that second tier. Any ball lifted up there will have the influence of winds. Anything down here, low line drives, probably going to remain neutral.
Vaderz continuing to roll. This man, Alex Hutt, acquired via free agentship.
Alec Hutt will strike out. The hero of game 1 will be the third out of inning number 1 here in game 2.
Interesting how these players arrive. Hutt was basically traded they traded Logan Christie to the Warbirds for that free agent trip, which they used on Hutt. And then Logan Christie involved in that deal that just went down this last week between the Warbirds and the Night Owls. Never played a game for the Warbirds.
No.
And still found enough value in him to make a deal.
Yeah, Logan, of course, recovering from labrum surgery. Hasn't played yet here in season number 4.
Has to be a bit of a compliment to where you haven't played a game and 2 teams want your services.
Sure.
Yeah, so you still have value in the trade market to be able to obtain other players. So that's a bit of a interesting how things revolve in the PLW.
Yeah, Logan changed his handle on Twitch, I believe. You're only allowed to change your handle once every 30 or 60 days. And before he even had a chance to be a Warbird, he's a Night Owl. Might have to wait another 30 days before he can change it again.
Looks like Logan Stirrups. Just went with something more neutral this time. Yes.
There we go. He does like to wear those old baseball stirrups, so...
Yes, good call. He does. That's right.
Maybe he's planning ahead. Doesn't know who he's going to play for next. Definitely have a few journeymen around the league. Dave Seifert used to be a Night Owl. He was traded away to the Warbirds. Warbirds traded him to the Lightning. Now he's a Night Owl again.
Full circle there.
Yep. Screwball from Tanner Roundy is going to hit center pan. 0-2 to Hicks.
Tanner Roundy, 26 innings, 3.65 ERA, displays a screwball like that. That is absolutely knee-buckling. Really a 2-pitch guy, slider, screwball. It's all about command and control with him. When he's throwing strikes, he's tough. When he's walking guys, he gives up runs.
Screwball low. Evens the count, 2-2. You go back to the slider here, Jim.
2 strikes, maybe another screwball. Yep, there it is. But misses and chokes
inside.
it. I mean, only 15 hits in 26 innings for Roundy, and where does this 4 ERA come from? And he's just got a bit of a walk issue early in the season that it continues here. Walks his first hitter, and it doesn't get much balls put in play on him, but he's kind of a victim of his own demise at times.
Roundy 24 base on balls here at the halfway mark. That's the 25th. Hicks takes a trip to first base.
Ooh, Frank Apple, that's my guy. It's big time right there. 4 months with Prime, GK.
Outstanding.
That's a quality playbook.
Definitely the way to do it. 54 and in there. 1-2 to Gannon. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to PLW for free. Just type !Prime into the chat. And you're going to get a link from Streamlabs letting you know how you can connect your Amazon account to your Twitch account. 1-2 to Gannon. Screwball misses away.
Yeah, and right there, Roundy's trying to throw a strikeout pitch, 1-2, ahead in the count, going to his screwball, and it's just not competitive enough. And then another one not competitive. He's back into a full count, GK. These are out pitches he's trying to throw. I don't know if he's trying to be too fine or throw them too hard or put too much break on them, but they're just too far off the strike zone to be enticing.
Down into the dirt, and we're going to see our first appearance from Kirby Bucket.
Oh, get the emotes ready, chat. This is your moment.
And
there
Kirby has had an upgrade.
You won't be able to tell by her there.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Look at that alignment, a straight shot right to the mound. It's going to be Jake Slusher getting the call on in relief of Tanner Roundy. Kirby is growing impatient. Apparently, he's going to bring the balls right over to Slusher as he gets his headwear all set.
That's a nice walk out to the mound with Slusher there.
Kirby was having a little bit of a control issue. He was having a little bit of a problem maintaining speed through the corners. As you can see, Kirby took a trip down to
beautiful
downtown Fremont Street. You can see him there at Binion's. I think he took a trip over to Circa. He got carded at the Circa bar. He was denied. You can see him taking a little bit of a walk through that Fremont Street
Top of the world up there. Wynn parking lot.
I think he had his own parking spot there at the Wynn parking lot.
The Wynn self-parking is a Vegas secret for you Vegas visitors. If you go to the Wynn, free parking at the top there.
Yeah, you can see he finally relaxed with me at home, holding a little ice-cold hot cocoa for me on a Sunday afternoon, watching some PLW reruns. If you haven't done so yet, check out Kirby Bucket PLW on Instagram. We're going to keep on updating Kirby.
Yeah, that's a great account, GK. I had a few good laughs at that.
Tavano is going to watch the first pitch from Jake Slusher hit. 49
might have a rivalry with Kirby, GK. I'm 5 minutes from Fremont, and for GK didn't give me a text message to come take some pictures. I'm just kidding.
GK was in a hurry. Tavano's going to shoot this one sky high to right field. That ball not coming back. A 3-run shot. Those 2 walks from Roundy instantly paying the price.
Yeah, I was looking at Roundy's numbers, and his whip is good. Some of his, under the hood stats are pretty good. It's just that bugaboo on the walks, and that's how those 2 runs charged to Roundy there, and that's going to kill you. And this series is going to get really interesting with Roundy walking out there. The Vaderz bullpen going to get tested now.
Slusher gets a 3-run shot hit off him. The first batter faced. Doesn't get easier with Adam Tanek stepping in here in the 4-hole. .52 and in there. 1-2 to Tanek.
Look for Slusher to go with a 46 to 48 mile an hour, 12-6. He's going to stop it short of the zone, but it looks like it's getting there. It looks like you want to crush it, and it falls short. Not there. That one just came short at 62.
Tried to gas up, spiked it down into the turf. Where does Kirby take his first dates? Dinner at Strat, Fremont Street, Wynn, or the Rhino? Outside.
Let's see if I can break some of this down. The Stratosphere has that rotating restaurant, GK, right? And it goes slowly rotates so you can get a good view of Las Vegas.
Top of the world.
Top of the world, yes. There's that spinning 46-mile curveball, but he left it up. Tanek just out in front of it.
The 3-2 pitch is high. Antenic will take a walk to first base.
Fremont Street, you got Oscar's there is a decent spot. Andiamo with the D is decent. Triple George is okay. Pizza Rock, if you want to go a little less expensive.
Sure.
Not too bad.
Kenny McDowell is going to shoot that one in center field. Nate Stepna gives chase. Dives, but he caught that one off the bounce. It was definitely right side. Adam Tannick will advance to third.
In the midst of our banter here, the Vipers are putting it to the Vaders. Vaders are in trouble here in game 2. You really have Scotty Burley that can pitch. You have Kenny Santiwan in the bullpen. And you only have 2 innings from Billy Santiwan with Roundy not available now.
Swing and a miss from Keegan. There's that 12-6 you spoke of, Jim.
Yeah, had a lot of us out in front of that. It's a pitch that you got to see up.
Shot into right field, over the head of Nate Stepna, into the Garden of Serenity. A 3-run shot by Jordan Keegan.
And the Vipers have turned it on here in the bottom of the first, and GK, the wind out here is about dead. I mean, that sun started setting, and see you later. And it's going to be Scotty Burley coming in, known for a slider, and that's 2 Vaders pitchers thus far, 0 outs recorded, GK. That's not good.
Ouch. The Vipers opening up a 6-pack on the Vaders here as we see another visit to the mound from Kirby Bucket. He barely had time to recharge his battery before he's back out here for Scotty Burley.
Those upgrades paying off already. Hopefully a longer lifespan with Kirby Bucket. So maybe did you do some shocks in there? And
He's got he's got a new alignment, new shocks. He's got an upgraded motor. Honestly, we had to set his controller on slow, because if it's not on slow, he'll get from the sideline to the pitcher's mound in half a second.
Man.
Honestly, he'll tip all of his balls over just taking off.
Maybe you can enter him in one of those racing competitions, those remote control car competitions. A little dead sprint. We can find out what he's good at. Maybe more of a distance car or sprint car. I'm not sure, but
Kirby caught air in pregame warm-ups.
Great.
Somebody set up the third base pylon, put the base on top of it, used it as a ramp for Kirby. Got an awesome slow-mo video of that. You can see that on Kirby's Instagram.
Doesn't look like whoever's taking Kirby on the first day, or Kirby, he's not much of a spender. The Wynn not getting a lot of love. There's some pretty good restaurants at the Wynn there. But they'll hit your pocketbook, GK.
There at the Strat wins the pole. Justin Hicks will come on. Base is clear after that 3-run shot by Jordan Keegan pulled Slusher. Burley in there, 52. Gets ahead of Hicks. Hicks started this all off with a walk.
Ooh.
Just misses.
Yeah, that's a good take from Hicks there, because that pitch looks like something you want to turn and drive. Understands his zone.
12-6 is going to go through the 5-6 hole. Ibarra doing a good job backhanding it off his back foot, but just not enough mustard.
He's done that a ton of times this year, GK. He'll make plays from anywhere out in the outfield. Incredible arm strength.
Now, notice that baseball play, Jim. He went with the backhand. That is baseball instincts. You're used to having a glove on your hand. You want to catch it clean and then turn and fire it to first. This is wiffle ball. If he just stays straight up, extends his hands, he can knock it down. He's got a third baseman 2 feet away that can pick up the garbage.
Right, and that ball had a ton of topspin on it, too. Kind of rolled over his hands there. And, it's probably a borderline defensive miscue there. It has the talent to almost make up for it.
Yep. I mean, it's hard to fight through years and years of that baseball instinct and acumen.
Yep, you see that a lot out here. See that with hitters, with turning into pitches on their front shoulder. That's not really necessary here with a plastic ball and a strike zone that's deep. So, yeah, a lot of players out here have things grained into them. Wiffle ball is a different game, though.
Yep. But pure athletes, they'll figure it out. Ibarra, when he first came into the league, hitting at the plate way out in front of everything. You know, he figured out this bat weighs nothing. I can sit back and wait on it. He's certainly figured it out offensively. He's very good defensively. Little things like that he's going to clean up as time goes on.
It's a pretty good screwball from Scotty Burley there. I did not know he had a pitch like that. I had him as kind of slider exclusively. So Tom Gannon, I don't think he knew much about that either.
Gets Gannon looking. It'll bring up Tavano with 1 out. He's going to pop this one up right side. Gio Battistoni gives chase off second base and gathers it in for the second. Bring up
Long
Tanik.
first inning here.
Tanik's second at-bat, the number 4 hitter. Trying to shoot this one left side. Pop it up. Kyle Etter makes the long run from the 103 marker and catches it right around the foul line for out number 3.
Covered a lot of ground there, did Kyle Etter. He's got good range in left, and he slides down to kind of get eye level with that ball. Knew he's going to have to bend over for it. Why not? Let's slide and get my eyes closer to my hands. Beautiful, beautiful play watching that one come in. Yeah, I probably didn't have to dive, but wants to get closer to the ground there. Good play.
Kenny McDowell will return to the hill for the Sandvipers here in the top of the second. I want to thank everyone who's just joining us here on Twitch. For those of you who are watching on TikTok, you're watching on a cell phone, we've got a full production over here on Twitch. Just follow that link. It's painted right on the field and in the bio. You'll see live commentary. You can bet and redeem your WIFFLE points. Instant replay, multiple camera angles. Everybody on TikTok, get on over here. For everybody who's already on Twitch, thanks so much for being with us. If you're just joining us, the Vaderz won game number 1, 2-0.
Indeed.
The Sandvipers turning it around, up 6-1 here in game number 2, early.
Yeah, kind of a quick seven-inning game that was still pretty quick. And that first inning, taking some time there. Multiple hitters before the Vaderz even recorded an out. So let's see how these bullpens for the Vaderz can maybe keep them in the game possibly.
Nate Stepna slotting into the 6th hole in place of Santiwan. Will lead off here in the top of the second.
The game's not over by any stretch. Sandvipers have bullpen issues of their own.
Swing and a miss from Stepna.
If they can get McDowell out of here via hits or walks. Tanik hasn't thrown in a long time. Tavano had some innings last week. Hicks has a few innings, so it's a... Oh,
hit hard, center field. Michael Dean, no chance at that one as it dipped down and Stepna's aboard with a leadoff single.
Yeah, Stepna's a guy that's really come on lately. He's got the averages up to 270. He's slugging 460. So he had a really slow start to the season, so been coming on late.
Stepna's attendance spotty.
Yeah.
Not always getting a chance to consistently get into the lineup when he's not in attendance.
Never seems to come alone either. Always brings company.
Yeah. Ibarra's going to hit this one down. Double play ball. Hicks gets the force out. 5-1-9 on the stopwatch, held by Chad Phillips. 5-2-8 on the stopwatch here behind home plate.
Love seeing that Chad getting kind of right on top of that. Can see if it bounces or not. Love a good mobile umpire.
So Stepna retired at second. Ibarra makes it to first base on the fielder's choice. 1 down for Gio Battistoni. He'll check his swing and hold off. 1-1.
Normally my spot on Tuesday nights, GK, but I'll be taking more Tuesday nights up in the booth with yourself and others. So Tuesdays. Oh, Battistoni's on fire, GK. Is that out of here? Oh, he's kept that a single.
Robbed by Michael Dean. That ball really caught up. Stayed inside the yard. Dean timed his jump there. Batted it back down into the field of play.
Battistoni locked in right now, GK. Everything he hits is hard. And any right-handed pitcher he faces is in trouble at this moment.
2-1 for Kyle Etter. Swing and miss at the first pitch.
Etter does have some swings and misses in him. He's got a ton of extra base hits in him, too. 35 hits, only 19 of those are singles. Ton of doubles, ton of home runs.
Yep.
You'll take that out of a free swinger like Etter. You'll take your strikeouts, but if you can produce the extra base hits, you'll take it.
2-2. Slider way outside. Early breaking slider, easy to detect. Full count.
Key pitch in this game here, GK.
Ball 4. Etter will go to first. Base is loaded. 1 out for Tanner Roundy. Roundy, of course, had that double right up the middle in the first inning.
Roundy's another hitter picking it up as of late, up to 283 in the season. He had an awful start below the 100 mark. So he's been doing his damage to right center almost exclusively.
54 down the pipe. He'll fall behind 0-2. Roundy's going to Foul that one down into the turf.
Yeah, Roundy is a free swinger, 283 average, only a 339 on base, so very close to his batting average. Doesn't take too many walks up there.
Spike ball, 1-2. This one is going to come back fair.
It does come back fair.
They're going to go to third and over to second.
That's beautifully done. Wow, what a rally killer.
We're going to check the stopwatch of Chad Phillips as it was stopped early up here on the stream on the first force out. It was indeed a double play, I believe.
Wow, what patience and what a turn. That turn was done quickly. The throws were fired in there and knew what they were doing with the ball there on a play that looked foul and good top-of-mind play by the Sandvipers, always known for their defense.
Yeah, the old spinner ball comes right back into foul territory and an easy double play.
Vaderz get nothing there.
Wow.
Oh, that could do it.
They'll strand all three with one away. After the Sandvipers turn that double play, it'll stay 6-1 as we move into the bottom of the second. Scotty Burley's going to return to the bump for the Vaderz. Keegan McDowell will lead off for the Vipers.
Wow, and yeah, that's just kind of that situation we talk about a lot. When bases loaded or first and second and less than 2 outs, it's a fly ball, opposite field situation. That third to second double play is massively favors the defense in this league.
McDowell will look at the first pitch in there, 51.
Yeah, can't be looking to pull something down that line or to the left field container. The approach has to be a little different.
Swing and a miss from McDowell. He'll strike out on 2 pitches.
And Burley trying to prove that he should be the first guy out of the bullpen for the Vaderz. I mean, got a little bit of competition between him and Slusher about who's going to be that kind of that arm going forward. I think those are the things when you're at the top of the standings, you have the luxury to kind of sort out.
Mm-hmm. Slusher with a better ERA coming into this series.
Sure. But a bad performance, and Burley comes in and does this. We may see something different next series.
Shot into right field. Stepna tried to catch that one off his chest, went right through his fingertips, off his sternum.
Yeah, kind of clanked that one, GK. E9 for sure.
Yep. That ball needs to be caught. Jordan Keegan on first base after an error by Stepna.
Yeah, the Vaderz at this point probably safely in the playoffs. I mean, pretty much. I know it's a little early in the season to make a declaration like that. Ripped.
Eder in left field. Line drive out from Justin Hicks.
But they do have some things to tweak out before the end of the season, and this bullpen situation is one of them. I'm interested to see how it shakes out.
Tom Gannon will step in with 2 outs. Runner on first. First pitch is low and slow, 48 for ball 1. Comes over the top. Stepna with a chance to redeem himself in right field. He does. He gathers it in for out number 3. No additional damage done by the Sandvipers.
Big Papa out here gifting subs. I love that. Great way to get involved in the community and do some things. And look at that, GK.
As you like to say, Jim, we get 360-degree sunsets and sunrises here in the Las Vegas Valley, getting treated to the afterglow.
Yes.
The sun setting behind the mountains to the west.
Do work, Vaderz, let's go.
Indeed, indeed. Blessed we are. And you see the weather. I mean, I haven't seen this tame since Sunday.
Very calm here as the wind is off to do right around sundown. And we've got a poll up. Which bottom 5 makes the playoffs? Snappers, Warbirds, Night Owls, Lightning, or Cajuns? Snappers running away with this one early.
Yeah, GK, you and I are going at it this week on Thursday.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Both teams will have something to say about this poll here. Big bottom of the table matchup there.
Alec Hutt will step in. Kenny McDowell returns to the hill for the Sandvipers. First pitch is 54 down the middle.
Yeah, I mean, the Lightning look really good. Lightning look great. They made some good additions, and they got some bats. Been hitting the ball.
They have.
They
Alec Hutt will strike out.
They have a true top of the rotation arm in Jake Purdy, a true ace, and they have some guys that can put the bat on the ball. I think the Lightning are a much improved team after some of these trades.
Lightning very involved in a lot of these early season trades as Hicks bats that one down. Keegan picks up the garbage and delivers it home. This is how you stop a hard-hit wiffle ball.
Yep.
Gets down low, puts his chest in front of it. Plenty of time for the third baseman to make the play.
Yep, teammate does the rest there. Yeah, no need to be too handsy in this league. You see a lot of baseball guys use their hands. Hicks making the adjustment there.
Now, what I think should be unforgivable in wiffle ball is a lazily or moderately hit ground ball that goes through your 5-hole
Yep.
at the short or third position. You just got to close that up. That ball cannot hurt you. You don't have to pick it clean.
I think our colleague Trench Picone has heavy opinions on this as well.
Yes.
And no matter how hard the ball is hit, he thinks through the 5-hole should be an error, no doubt. And I agree with him. I've had some arguments about that with others on the...
Ethan Ibarra over at first base after a hard hit ball up the middle. Battistoni tries to put it through the right side, but Tavano knocks it down and gets the force out at second. Good job by Tavano, reaching out full extension to bat that ball down.
Sandvipers displaying some class defense here, and there's a flag on the field. There's a flag on the field, GK. I'm not sure what it's for, but I see yellow laundry on the turf.
We're going to keep the replay running in the background as we find out what this challenge is for.
Are they going to question his starting position, maybe?
It could be. We've seen that early on, whether or not an infielder had at least 1 foot. I think do they have to have 1 foot on that infield line or both feet?
1 foot, I believe. I believe a foot has to be touching that line as the pitch crosses the plate. So it's not as the pitcher releases the pitch. They can get a little bit of a momentum head start, but I have to be assuming that's the replay here.
Oh, they're checking the kick. Notice Keegan extended his left hand.
Let's see this again.
Keegan extended his left foot to kick the ball. You can see
that's illegal.
He does make a last-minute move.
That cannot happen.
To kick the ball back to Tavano.
Yes, kind of right in the bottom right of your screen there. I kind of overlooked it. But he does kick it, sticks his left leg out to make an intentional stop. That looks illegal to me.
Yeah, we have the instant replay running in the background. It's back on the screen, and they are indeed calling it safe. I believe the umpires got it correct here. A very quick challenge from the Vaderz, a good challenge.
That was a fantastic challenge, GK. That's one of the better ones I've seen this season. Really detailed there and a clear shot on our camera. Credit to our stream team.
Huge turnaround here as the Vaderz put 2 back out, and Kyle Letter comes to the plate.
Yeah, that ball trickling towards the first baseline, and a foot was kicked out to stop that ball. I agree with the overturn there.
Slider outside. Oh, he catches bottom bar.
Oh, that's Nats.
54.
Very, very rude of Kenny McDowell there.
2-2. Slider away. Will fill the count. Another big moment here for McDowell. That was headed for center pan. Eder fouls it into the backstop.
Eder's had trouble making contact tonight. That's a rare walk from him.
Base on balls will load the bases. That'll bring up Tanner Roundy.
And Roundy a chance to redeem his last at bat, grounded into a double play in this very similar situation. 2 outs here, doesn't have to worry so much about the double play. And it's Adam Tanek. McDowell is out of this game. Bullpen issues, 6-1. It's one of those things where it doesn't quite feel 6-1. What was that?
And I think Kirby is possibly off charge. Oh, wait.
Kirby's out.
A late appearance from Kirby. Bring maybe a couple of extra balls to Adam Tanek. We're going to let him go ahead and get away with it. We haven't seen him warm up for 3 months. So we'll give Adam a few extra warm-up pitches. I believe pitchers are allocated 8 during a pitching change.
And Adam just stepping right back into the fold here. Been gone for weeks, if not a month or more. And he's right into a big spot here.
And there's Adam Tanek was on Pattaya Beach in Thailand just a few days ago. He's back here at Hideaway Field in Las Vegas. Yes, indeed. J-Buff 1980 Tanik is back. You're going to want to watch the replay of this game. He made a dramatic entrance in the bottom of the second of game number 1.
That's a top spin ball, stays foul. Looked like a very good pitch to hit there for Tanner, and he missed it, got on top of it. Some late break from Tanik there.
Tanik will go sidearm, 53 miles per hour. He'll do a little shimmy shake as he steps off the mound. The Vaderz leave, the bases loaded. And yes, Adam Tanik is indeed back. He makes his first appearance on the mound, comes into a bases loaded situation, strikes out Tanner Roundy, gets his team out of a jam.
And working on his game. That proves to me that he was working on his game while he's away. When he comes down sidearm like that, always in the 60s. Very rare to hit the zone at 53. Maybe working on that pitch a little bit while he's away.
Yeah, and Roundy just sat there frozen. I think he had the scouting report that usually if Tanik drops down low, it's going to be hot.
That's absolutely a report on Tanik. So coming back and maybe did work on a few things.
So Tanik gets his team out of a jam. His Sandvipers remain up 6-1. We'll move into the bottom of the third. Scotty Burley will return to the mound for the Vaderz. He's been effective so far after coming in for Jake Slusher, who was getting dinged up pretty bad.
Yeah, but that's a tough blow for the Vaderz. Bases loaded back-to-back innings, come away with no runs out of those 2 innings. 6-1, this could easily be a much closer game, and I would not give up on this one yet if Burley keeps being effective.
He'll face Mark Tavano here in the bottom of the third. He's going to shoot that one into left center. Good piece of hitting by Tavano to get a leadoff hit.
Yeah, Tavano displaying his power in the last couple of bats here. I was surprised to see him hitting. I got it right here. He was hitting 264 coming in. He's a good hitter. Ton of power.
Slider inside on the hands of Tanik. He'll swing and miss. Adam Tanik with that long reach. He'll just cast his hands out, poke that in to center field.
Yeah, Tanik always at his best when going the other way. Yeah, this season he's been pressing a little bit at the plate, and that first swing is kind of trying to yank the ball out of the ballpark all the time and getting open and striking out a lot. Mm-hmm. That's a good approach right there.
Tanik did go 0 in game number 1. That's his first hit since his return. Get things going again.
Congratulations to Mr. Tanik. Definitely a better league with him in it.
Kenny McDowell gets caught looking there for the first out of the inning. We have Jordan Keegan reached on an error, and one that bounced off Nate Stepna's chest.
Big spot for Burley here.
In on the hands of Keegan, swing and miss.
Good pitch to locate that slider. Good place to locate that slider.
Not sure what that was from Burley. Double play ball. They'll get the force out at second. Gio Battistoni, the lefty, really needed to turn his body around. It probably would have been late anyhow, but he shorted it.
That was peculiar there. Ethan Ibarra went to third base to cover there with the lefty up. I kind of like what Ethan did there to go into third. You don't see that play coming across the field too often.
They'll get the force out at second as Justin Hicks will shoot one into center field. An RBI signal will score Tavano, but it bounced and went over the fence.
And they're calling it clean, GK.
Yeah.
That's going to score 2.
It's a clean double.
Oh, Tanner can't get a finger on that. Looked like he had the range to get there, but that sneaks through and hits the wall. And that little miscommunication double play, because I think Battistoni in that double play ball was surprised he was taking it himself.
Disappeared in the dark depths of center field. Did indeed get cleanly past Roundy for a clean double. Scores 2, 8-1 Sandvipers.
Man, little defensive miscues come back to bite in this league every time. Battistoni kind of double-checked. He's like, where's my partner? Where's my shortstop at second base? And he had vacated to third base for the easy double play. And, of course, the double follows.
Again, we'll watch that pitch outside and low, 1-2. Slider inside, evens the count. Inside and low.
Was there hair between that? Not even.
Mateo, if you have an issue with the umpires, I suggest you bring it up with them.
Gosh, I know.
That is going to go left side. Tom Gannon with an RBI single. That'll bring Justin Hicks home. 9-1.
And Burley getting touched up second time through the order here. And defense, that double play could have got him out of the inning now, but 9-1 and back-to-back innings with bases loaded, left on base. This one's not looking too good, GK.
We do have 2 different types of mercy rules here in the PLW. 10 runs after 3 complete innings will end the game.
And that means one swing of the bat from Tavano here can end the game.
Correct.
2-run homer will do it. And big-time response by the Sandvipers.
Said he's going to roll over this one. Alonso Valencia will pick it up, go short route to Gio Battistoni, covering second for the force, and the third out of the inning. Remains a big lead by the Sandvipers. They tacked on a few more here, 9-1 as we move into the top of the fourth. For those of you just joining us, this is game number 2 of a 3-game series between the Sandvipers and the Vaderz. Vaderz took game number 1, 2-0. Big 2-run shot off a newcomer, Alex Hutt, getting his first start in the PLW, came up large for his club.
Yep.
Extra innings affair, 7 innings pitched by Billy Santiwan. He has not pitched yet in this game. Tanner Randy walked out quickly. He was replaced by Jake Slusher, got dinged up, and Scotty Burley came in relief. The Vaderz trailing the Sandvipers 9-1.
Yeah, going to be interesting if this is a possible playoff preview here. Sandvipers right on the edge of that position. I'll let Hutt get bat here. But the Vaderz are losing the battle of the bullpens in this game. Won the battle of the starters, battle of the bullpens, advantage Vipers. Something as the second half of the season starts, teams are going to be looking to shore these things up. And these will decide series when it counts.
Alec Hutt will wait on that slow sidearm pitch from Tanek, something new we're seeing from him. He'll shoot it through the 5-6 hole and take a trip down to first base.
I'd love to see these two teams match up later in the season, GK, with that Gannon and Santiwan kind of aces at the top of the rotation, starting game 1 showdown, and then kind of a free-for-all if Tanner Roundy doesn't start throwing strikes. He's the key here.
Nate Stepna will reach out, foul that 12-6 back.
Yeah, possibly the key to the Vaderz winning a title is Tanner Roundy. Or Nate Stepna, who can also go pitch. I'm surprised we haven't seen him come on in relief in this game.
Tanner go upstairs for ball 2. Current poll up, will the Vipers mercy? Looks like the yes votes are running away with it right now. 12-6 gets Stepna swinging. He will strike out for the first out of the inning.
We don't even recognize Tanek out there. I've never seen him with this kind of haircut. Looks like a completely different human and kind of a little bit of action in the back there. Someone like myself. Maybe that's why he keeps it long. Got to give Tanek a little jab.
Tanek remarking about Ethan Ibarra has changed the distance he stands from the strike zone in the last 3 weeks since he's been away. We know Tanek has been watching every series. 12-6 in there, 45.
Ibarra's been a little quiet at the plate tonight. Kind of shows the depth of this Vaderz lineup.
Smash! Justin Hicks is going to knock it down, but it's going to dribble out into center field. Once Michael Dean touches it, he's an outfielder. That ball is dead.
Yeah, I like what... That's pretty heads up from Hicks there, kind of yelling at his outfield not to touch that, as letting Tanek or Tavano run and grab that ball. Kind of a free roll there. Might as well let an infielder touch that so it doesn't kill it.
Great
and
job.
They're talking about it too.
We talk about it for future reference. Great job by Justin Hicks. Lays out, extends his arms to bat that one down, but did trickle into the outfield. Gio Battistoni will swing and miss at the first. 12-6 curveball from Tanek.
Getting some playoff predictions in the chat now. Stirred up a little conversation about possible playoff matchups, and you're going to start to have that come the second half of the season here. We are officially on the other side of the curve here, playing the second half of this season. Flew by, didn't it, that first half?
Yeah, week 10, slated to start yesterday.
Would love to hear these conversations pick up a little more as we get closer to the end.
Gio Battistoni will absolutely destroy that and just misses a 3-run shot.
Wow.
Instead, it's a triple off the yellow coping in right field, nearly a line drive home run.
That might have hit the gazebo. It's going to be a triple, obviously, but that one might have hit the gazebo.
We're going to keep the instant replay up here. It hit the yellow coping, I believe.
Oh, it's just hit too hard. By the time he went to Skycam.
The challenge flag is out. The challenge flag is out.
I thought that got out of here, GK.
It might have.
My eyes, yeah, first glance, I thought it was gone.
It might have hit the wood in the Garden of Serenity. The replay is up. We will keep it up. The challenge flag is out.
Oh, it's just it's going to be difficult to overturn, GK.
I believe it hit the coping and then hit the wood of the gazebo in the Garden of Serenity.
Gio Battistoni is on fire. What a run he is on.
The challenge flag.
Is this conclusive evidence, GK? That's the hardest part here, is the call on the field is going to be so important in this spot. It's so tough because the ball was hit so hard that by the time we switched to the Skycam, it's just tough to get a good, clean one, but I think it's a homer.
I think it's a home run as well. Upon replay, it looks like it skips off the top of the yellow coping and then hits the crossbeam of the gazebo and comes back into the field of play. Of course, that would indeed be ruled a home run if the umpires come to the same conclusion that we do.
After review, the ball hit the wood and it's a home run.
They get it right. The second one challenge of the night for the Vaderz. A 3-run shot for Gio Battistoni. Gets his team back into it.
Well done by our umpires there as that ball gets out. And 9-4, only the 4th inning here. Let's see if the Vaderz can creep back into this thing.
Love to see the umpiring crew and the stream team work together to get that call right. A 3-run shot by Battistoni.
Yeah, Tanek a little miffed by that one.
He was just explaining it to Michael Dean. 12-6, 51. Tanek, unfazed, knows his team is up by 5. Back to the matter at hand. Sidearm hits at her. Pole at home, Jim, everyone agreeing.
Yeah, pretty clear.
Comebacker. Hit Adam in a sensitive area, but plenty of time to pick it up and deliver it to the backstop. 2 down.
Let's see if the Vaderz can continue to chip away. They got 8 outs to play with here. Those bases loaded situations look daunting right now.
12-6. Roundy will swing and miss. 0-2. Fouls that one back.
Yeah, went 53 to get the looking strikeout, but goes 63 there. And then tries to slow it back down, but released it too early.
(12-6). Roundy got a piece of it. Fouled it into the strike zone. Wouldn't be surprised to see that pitch again. Instead, he'll go sidearm, slider outside, even the count. (12-6). Down into the carpet. Full count. There it is again.
Ooh.
Into the pan. Really command of that drop ball. He'll strike out Roundy to end the inning.
Nice job there by Tanek, kind of throwing it was supposed to be a cookie there, but I think taking the speed off of it gave it a little bit more break. Roundy right over the top of it, and it's Kenny Santiwan on the mound out there. GK throwing knuckleballs like his brother.
Kenny Santiwan. I don't have the numbers on Kenny. I had the 4 most used pitchers. Kenny has had, I want to say, under 10 innings pitched for the Vaderz so far here in season number 4.
You are correct, GK. 5.1 innings for Kenny. 6 hits, 4 runs. That equates to a 4.5 ERA. 1 save notched for Kenny Santi 2, as our friend Trench Pacone likes to say.
Yeah, like his brother, he's going to try to throw that knuckleball in there. He's also going to feature a slider, most common pitch that we're going to see from new pitchers in PLW. Looks like Kenny is ready to go. Mark Tavano is due up for the Vipers. He'll be followed by Adam Tanek and Kenny McDowell, the other Kenny. There's some Kenny on Kenny matchup here.
Interesting overturns here in this. We have two calls overturned so far. The umpires are busy down there, and there's going to be some talk about that last one.
I believe they got it right.
I think so too. But the argument on the Sandvipers side is it 100% clear? Can you? It was a tough one from that angle, but I do think it was over because I still hear I hear guys talking down there about it still. So I'm sure that won't be discussed.
Knuckleball inside, 3-1. Tanek comebacker. Kenny will pick it up. Delivered in there for out number 1.
Nothing worse than a comebacker to the mound, GK. Would you rather strike out or hit a dribbler back to the pitcher?
I would rather strike out. I don't know. Tough question.
Yeah, they're both tough. That is tough.
McDowell will shoot that one right at the third baseman, Alonso Valencia.
Valencia fairly automatic over there.
Yep.
Not going to blow you away with the throws, but he does just enough to get it there, and he's a wall at third base.
Yeah, unconventional delivery. He does have some damage to his, I think it's either his elbow or his shoulder. He kind of throws it like a football.
The way he throws it looks like it's shoulder. You can't get extension and get that arm up. I struggled with the same thing.
3 infielders all on the right side for Jordan Keegan. They're giving him the entire opposite field. And he will indeed roll over it to the right side. Alonso from the other side.
Kind of shot puts it in there.
Yep. Shot puts it in a little bit high, but it does indeed hit the backstop. Out number 3.
And Kenny does his job, and this game's kind of crawling along here. And it's 9-4, and kind of the same deficit we had at 6-1. Let's see if the Vaderz can maybe chip into that. 6 outs is plenty for this offense. And Tanek showed a little vulnerability with that home run to Battistoni.
Sure. And the Vaderz have an opportunity here to see him the last couple of innings. Alec Hutt will lead off. He got a base hit off Tanek in the last inning. Let's see if he can repeat here in the 5th. I do want to thank all of our viewers on Twitch. Those of you just joining us now, this is game number 2 of a 3-game series between the Sandvipers and the Vaderz. Game number 1 went to the Vaderz 2-0. Sandvipers ahead by 5 here in game 2. Tanek comes in with another 12-6 curveball.
And IDK redeeming WIFFLE points to let us know he's had a few hot cocos, GK. It's a well-used WIFFLE points there.
The 0-2 pitch, gases up 64 and low.
Just another way to be a part of the PLW community.
Gases up again, 66. Gets a foul tip from Alec Hutt into the zone. Yep. Umpires agreeing that they both had foul tip on that pitch. Swing and a miss. Alec Hutt will strike out.
Got a bite on the hot pitch, and Tanek was probably asking how the heck he got a piece of that at over 60 and drops another hot one, but lower this time. Gets the swing and a miss.
Here's Nate Stebna. We'll look at almost an ephus. Very, very high.
Yeah, we'll try to find the top bar with that one.
Stebna will foul that one down into the ground.
Stebna in the way of that one, and he's glad he is, because if he's not in the way, that's spinning fair for sure.
Yeah, those are the worst.
Those are the worst, yes, yes.
70 miles per hour is a ball. ones that you foul down behind you, they stay in the batter's box for 3 seconds and then spin into the field of play.
Like a golf ball catching its third bounce and it finally spins forward. Yep, that is the worst.
Stepna, late swing on the 12-6.
Play, Tavano, not quite going to get there. Maybe a Tom Gannon type range can maybe track that one down.
I think Tavano thought, do I really want to go headlong into this dugout bench?
A bit of a business decision as well, sure.
Stepna rolls over another 12-6. Hicks, plenty of time for the second out.
Keegan deciding it's better to let his all-world shortstop make the play there. Why not? Get the ball into your best defender's hands.
Yeah.
I know you'd be taking that one, GK, at third, though.
Yeah. Just because I'm charging after everything, but there is a difference here in wiffle ball. I mean, obviously in baseball, the third baseman is usually going to charge those.
And cut it off, yeah.
And cut it off as his momentum carries him towards first base for the throw. Here in wiffle ball, you're throwing at the backstop, so sometimes the shortstop can come in and get it since he's moving straight forward and he's throwing it home.
Sure. Absolutely.
High fly ball, deep. Right center field, Michael Dean. Not the easiest play, but he does bring it in for the third out.
Yeah, very sure-handed. And then just to piggyback off you, GK, yeah, absolutely. With kind of not the throw going to first base in baseball, it makes sense with the shortstop moving to his right and the third baseman cutting it off. But in wiffle ball, yeah, the momentum, both players having the same momentum, it makes sense for the shortstop to come in and take that ball.
Yeah, kind of a in-between decision, and those two fielders need to communicate quite a bit here in wiffle ball as their proximity to one another is so very close. You don't want to collide into your other fielder.
Yeah, we've had trouble on the Warbirds with that, where both defenders will sit there and look at each other, and it goes right through in the 5-6 hole. It's something you got to iron out. And I know you guys in the snappers practice, one guy going deep, one guy going in, and that's something you guys work on often.
And we'll talk about that all the time. You want to have that communication before the play is made, same as what you're going to do on a comeback pitch to the pitcher. Good to have those conversations before and not after a miscue. Justin Hicks will lead off for the Sandvipers. Kenny Santiwan returns for the Vaderz here in the bottom of the fifth. Yeah, for everybody who wants to see more than one camera over there on TikTok, there's only one camera. We've got 3 cameras over here on Twitch. You can follow the link that is painted right there on the field and come join our amazing community over here on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. See you soon.
Yeah, kind of with you taking more of the play-by-play duties tonight, GK. It's kind of the first time I get to watch the TikTok chat. Yeah, very common request is Cam 2. Well, that would mean you have to come to Twitch to get Cam 2.
Santiwan is going to deliver a ball down into the dirt and walk Justin Hicks.
Cam 2, Cam 3, and Cam 4 with the Skycam broadcaster angle.
Yeah, don't forget.
You can almost say it's Cam 4 there. So get on over here to Twitch. We have a great community. Really, really, very good chance you'll get gifted a sub by one of our long-standing gifters here as well.
Knuckleball from Santiwan, 50 miles per hour, outside part of the strike zone. Gets ahead of Gannon. Swing and a miss. That'll sit Gannon down. 2-pitch strikeout.
And IDK offering subs. A good chance to take advantage of that with someone that's had too many hot cocos.
Don't count on a gifted sub. You certainly can't count on it.
No.
Best way is just to grab that sub yourself or use your Amazon Prime account.
Oh, that thing was dancing, GK.
Yeah.
Kenny's got himself a decent knuckleball coming, too.
Right, left, right again.
It's like they're breeding another Billy here.
A little wiggle. Tavano is going to shoot that into right center. Tanner Roundy, camped underneath it by the Little Batty Bakery sign, will retire Tavano. That'll bring up Tannick. 1 runner on and 2 outs. And there's a gifted sub.
Oh, they're flying out now. Now we're talking.
There they go.
It's party time.
A few more of those, and we might hear
the
sounds of a hype train.
not much gets me more pumped up than that. GK, a solid hype train coming
haven't had
down
one
the
in a while,
tracks.
Jim.
It's been a minute.
Tanek is going to shoot that one right past Santiwan. No time to react.
Takes a special group in the chat to get a hype train going.
That it does. 2 on, 2 outs. Kenny McDowell grounded out his last at-bat. He's going to shoot that one through the 5-6 hole. That'll score Hicks. And it is now 10-4, Sandvipers.
Ooh, that one hurts there on the comeback trail and 2 outs with a runner on first. I was just about to start talking about how great of a job Santiwan's doing getting his team a chance to come back, and boom.
The Vaderz are going to put up the wall along the right side for Jordan Keegan. Their defensive shift for this batter. Comebacker right off Santiwan. He's just going to go the easy route to Ethan Ibarra at second base for the 3rd out.
6 is going to be a tall task here. 5 was always a tall task, but the Vaderz have had so many chances in this game. This could easily be, a 10 to 8 ball game. It's only 10-4, and the runners in scoring position just haven't been hit home.
As we've got some. I'm sorry, Jim. I don't mean to interrupt you.
What do we have going on here?
We've got some spectators up on top of the container really getting a kick out of seeing themselves on the stream. You can see they've got the cell phone open, a few hot cocos in hand, taking in a live wiffle ball game here at Hideaway Field.
Yeah, solid attendance tonight on the container, GK. Like to see it. Love playing a game up there. If you catch a home run ball without moving your chair or putting your hot cocoa down, it's $20 from everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good game to play up there.
No better spot to take in a game than right up there on top of the left field wall. I see sometimes spectators come in and they're hanging out along the base paths.
Yep, absolutely.
While those chairs stay empty. That is a foul ball. Battistoni flares it down the 3rd baseline.
Yeah, good to see Gio kind of catching the Sandvipers off guard, going oppo there, just misses a base hit. He's been dialed in. He feels like he can do just about anything with the bat right now.
Watches a 67-mile-per-hour fastball. Fouled into the broadcast booth. Hit the PLW emblem up here in the top. Right behind us. Shot into right field, Battistoni. An absolute missile to right field.
And GK, he's probably the hottest hitter in PLW right now.
Gotta be.
I mean, he's on he's on a tear.
Spoke with Billy Santiwan along the sidelines before the game. Asked him, who are we going to see a standout player in your lineup? As Kyle Etter, deep to left field. But Tom Gannon claps his hands and gathers it in. And he said right out, it's going to be Gio Battistoni. He's on a tear. He's going to continue on a tear tonight. And he was right.
Yeah, he's going to be pushing that 400 marker pretty soon here. Came in at 358, and I haven't seen him get out much today.
He hasn't gotten out in this game.
And what's his line look like?
Solo shot in the 1st inning. Base hit in the 2nd. Base hit on that challenge in the 3rd off that kicked ball.
Yeah.
3-run shot in the 4th.
Goodness.
Base hit here in the 5th.
And I think game 1, a couple hits as well. So Gio Battistoni well on his way to the 400 club here in Premier League Wiffle. On an absolute roll.
Alec Hutt will come on with 2 outs. Battistoni on 2nd. Nearly hit the bat over the head of Hutt. He did not move it out of the way. 12-6 misses high. 2-1 to Hutt. There's J-Lo for life. Given a gift. Comebacker from Hutt. Good technique by Tanek. He's getting his chest in front of it, batting it down. For the 3rd out of the inning. And that is game number 2. The Sandvipers will prevail 10-4. The Vaderz left a lot of runners on base, Jim.
Sure. Yeah, I thought they put enough guys on base to punch with the Sandvipers in that one. A true battle of the bullpens. Roundy and McDowell walking out early. And, a little concern for the Vaderz there maybe in the second half is how do we win games like that? They hit the ball and good enough to slug with them, but The bullpen, Slusher kind of got touched up a little bit. Burley did a good job. Still have Nate Stepna to throw. I think they want to save him for game 3. So the Vaderz are going to be thinking about games like this for down the road, I think.
2 innings remaining for Billy Santiwan. He could come in relief here in game number 3. But we're headed for a rubber match. I want to thank everybody for watching game number 2. The Sandvipers prevail 10-4. Game number 3 is straight ahead. Live back here at Hideaway Field in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for joining us. You are watching Premier League Wiffle. I'm Greg Kelly, along with my broadcast partner, Jim Dodos, bringing you game number 3 of a series between the Sandvipers and the Vaderz. Vaderz won game 1 2-0. The Sandvipers came back 10-4 in game number 2, and we're headed for the rubber match, Jim. Who do you think we see out on the mound for these teams?
I'm going to go with Nate Stepna, and we're going to go, who's Tanek going to stay out there? The Sandvipers, it gets a little more tricky. They're going to put out there. Tanek throwing a lot of innings there. The Vaderz did touch him up a little bit. Man, I don't have an answer for the Sandvipers. Tavano threw a little bit last week. Hicks takes quite a bit away from their defense, I feel like, when he pitches.
He does.
It very well may be Adam Tanek here. I mean, we got very deep. The Warburgs got pretty deep into the Vipers' pen last week to see Michael Dean even get an inning. So let's see, as Kyle Lohman has delivered us a lineup card.
We have been handed it. I love this.
The guessing work is over.
Adam Tanek will indeed pitch.
Sure.
And Alec Hutt.
Wow, that's shocking.
Alec Hutt will get his first PLW start as a pitcher for the Vaderz. Looks like we have a small change in the lineup as well for the Vaderz. Ibarra will lead off, Battistoni second, Eder third, Roundy fourth, Stepna will slide up into the 5th hole, and Billy Santiwan returns to the batting lineup for the Vaderz, batting 6th.
Man, I'm not sure if this is a try guys out kind of thing, or I mean, the Vaderz do have the luxury of being well over 500.
Sure.
To do this, but Stepna, I mean, he's 2-0 on the year. He has 13.2 innings, only 10 runs given up. Decent numbers, 4.3 ERA. I mean, definitely serviceable for a 3-starter. So I wonder if the Vaderz are just trying to get deeper here.
PLW Nation, how are you going to use this information to make your wiffle ball bets?
Yeah.
Don't forget to do it. Get your points in there. Who will win the rubber match? You've got Alec Hutt starting for the Vaderz, Adam Tanek starting for the Sandvipers. I believe the Sandvipers lineup is going to be exactly the same as it was in game number 2.
Yep.
Hicks, Gannon, Tavano, Tanek, McDowell, Keegan in that batting rotation.
Yeah, let's get that handle driven up. 100, I'm seeing 100 and about 20K there. We've been well over 400,000 multiple times this year. If you guys can drop down that prediction there, I'd like to see where the points are going and what kind of odds we're getting. Let's see here. Looks pretty even here. Even money each way, just I can tell.
Yeah, if you just click on it, just click right there.
Give it
there
a click.
it is.
Oh, yeah, there we go. And
It's
look at
even.
it, man,
Wow.
very balanced action. We're not taking any juice here at PLW, so typically this would be a good thing for the house.
Yeah, the way it works is it's a true pari-mutuel. Well, it's not pari-mutuel. It's just totally mutual.
Right, it's
However,
mutual,
yeah.
yes, mutual wagering. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. The only way that we take wiffle ball points off the board is by having you redeem them.
Yes.
So if you're wondering what you can get for all these wiffle ball points that you're betting, just click on that PLW emblem at the bottom of the chat, and you can check out all the things you can get: signed jerseys, signed wiffle balls. And don't forget, if you just want to buy some PLW merchandise, you can do that as well.
Yep.
Check out the PLW store. I believe at !shop in the chat. We'll get you a link to where you can buy some PLW gear.
Yeah, hopefully TikTok is listening to that, because that's a great reason to jump on over, isn't it? Just all the ways you can be kind of interacting. And remember, I got a shipment coming tomorrow, some PLW broadcast worn pins that I like to wear. Didn't have it tonight. I actually left it on another Blazer GK. I was a little disappointed.
And Jim, I've had a lot of requests for Kirby Bucket merchandise.
Yes.
I just want to let PLW Nation know it's on the way. We just have to schedule a photo shoot with Kirby. As you know, he's very busy. out here every night doing his job with PLW, out there on the weekends doing his photo shoots as well. So we'll try to get some good portraits of Kirby so we can get that emblazoned on possibly some hoodies, some jackets, maybe even some die-cut stickers of Kirby. As you can see, Kirby had himself a fun weekend out in beautiful Las Vegas, enjoying the spring weather. Expect to see more of Kirby. Possibly a nighttime photo shoot with Kirby is next.
Yeah, that would be. I'm a big follower of that account, so can't wait to see it. And yeah, Kirby merchandise. What a layup right there. Easy. Got to have that in your wardrobe. Is that the spearmint? Right? That's my favorite one.
Adam Tanek on the mound. Ethan Ibarra leading off for the Vaderz. Game number 3. The rubber match is underway.
Well done there, GK. Let's get this underway. Game 3. Very intriguing.
Ibarra's going to hit this one into center field. A hot charging Dustin Flinty will make the grab.
Ibarra having one of those nights, just can't get the stick quite going. Hitting the ball hard there, just can't find it.
The Atom ball. We'll bring up Gio Battistoni. I don't know what his batting average is, but it's higher than the 356 that he started the series with. As you said, Jim, headed for the 400 club.
Yep, and the walks will start coming now. That's kind of how it works. Not going to let this guy beat you anymore. Yep, and if it's hot, and if he swings at it, so be it. But all of a sudden, a walk to this guy doesn't look so bad.
The 1-2 pitch is outside, evens his count.
Battistoni taking pitches confidently, not really check swinging or flinching at pitches. Taking, with comfort. It's the sign of a guy that's locked in. Understands his zone.
Dribbler. Back to Tanek. Plenty of time.
Yep, the classic lefty kind of fly the shoulder open, and the barrel drags behind it a little bit there. Grounds it back to Tanek. One of the few non-hard hit balls from Gio this series.
Kyle Etter will come up with 2 outs. Swing at a pitch inside. Fall behind 0-2.
Yeah, J-Lo, don't forget a first-round pick and a free agentship were exchanged in that deal as well. Big parts of that deal. The free agentship, very coveted amongst a few teams out here, especially the locals.
Etter checks his swing. "12-6 inside will fill the count. Hicks puts his whole body on top of that ball to knock it down. Has to jump to his feet quickly, and in rushing the throw, he puts it into the turf.
It's an awkward play there from Hicks. Kind of spun his lower half around, kind of weird there. I don't think it generated the momentum that he wanted. Didn't get a lot on that throw.
I think because he was splayed out on the ground, he possibly thought he had less time than he did.
Right.
Rushed that throw a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little rushed as well.
Tanner Roundy will step in with one aboard. 12-6. Tanek really going to that pitch versus Roundy. Shot right up the middle. Dustin Flinty in center field stops it from hitting the back wall. It's the right side of second base. That'll advance Etter all the way over to third.
Yeah, Tanner basically taking that pitch that's probably pretty far off the plate there and just pulling it into center. Getting some barrel on it.
Jim, it's downright chilly.
Temperature is dropping a bit. Only a high of 62 today here in Las Vegas. Lows in the 40s. That definitely is getting a little chilly. The wind has completely stopped. Prediction, the forecast, spot on there. And this should be like this the rest of the week. It's going to warm up tomorrow and get even warmer Thursday, Friday. Very good conditions. The worst of the weather is behind us.
Back to our mid-spring conditions.
Yes, and then maybe more summer conditions in the week to follow with the high 80s and low 90s coming into play. So we expect some hot evenings here And I think that'll continue likely into June.
Spring in Las Vegas can be anywhere from 4 to 10 weeks. You never really know from year to year.
That's true.
Comebacker to Tannic. He'll knock it down. And retire Stepna for the third out.
Yeah,
yes.
Threatening there, GK. Vaderz, Sandvipers. You got any opinions on this one? This is a true kind of can go either way kind of game. There's a big unknown on the mound here.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what we're going to see out of Alec Hutt. I have not seen anything from them. If he's effective, I believe they're going to be able to sprinkle in a couple of innings from Santiwan. We saw that, Burley had a couple of effective innings as well. So if they can get through 6 using those 3 pitchers, they might be able to prevail in this game.
There's a good shot of our lead umpire tonight, Jake Purdy from the Lightning, getting it done. Good shot there.
Jake doing good work there, looking down the third baseline. He's got that fair foul call. He also operates that clock that you see on the screen. Such an integral part of our product here at PLW, that 5-second rule.
Absolutely. Kind of a groundbreaking rule there in the WIFFLE community. Don't think any other leagues have it.
No, I get a lot of questions from people. How did you come up with that? And the truth of it is, when the wiffle ball leagues were forming here at Hideaway Field, in the beginning, they were running the bases.
Yeah. Yep.
They found that to be chaotic. They didn't like the way it looked. Certainly didn't think that it would make for a good product on television, on the stream. And then they instituted the 5-second rule. They were still throwing to first base at that time, found that first base throw was a little too easy as well. So they decided, hit the backstop in the air, under 5 seconds. And those are the rules that we still play with today.
Yeah, I think it showcases, it brought defense much more into the picture on the 5-second rule. The longer throws and kind of the running in the shortstops can clean up the garbage, run into the outfield on make big time plays. That's what we want, explosive plays.
First pitch from Alec Hutt was straight down into the turf. Second pitch is hot at 61.
Alec Hutt, his baseball background is on the mound, GK, pitcher in college, I believe, at College of Southern Nevada. Here in town. So he does have a good pedigree when it comes to pitching.
And you can see in those mechanics that he's going to have trouble getting it under 55. Perfect, repeatable mechanics from Alec Hutt. But this is wiffle ball, and that ball is tough to control.
Yep.
A 4-pitch walk to Justin Hicks.
This is not baseball out here at all. This is completely different, and these mechanics are different, and the groups are different. I'm still figuring it out myself, GK, on the mound. I'm constantly trying to come up with a pitch. The arm angles are different. It's a completely different beast out here. So it's still going to be a learning curve.
58 miles per hour. He has not thrown a strike yet.
Yeah, and he got that one right, actually. He threw that just how he wanted, and it's over 55, and here's where the frustrations start pouring in.
Got the 55, didn't get the location.
And then you take some off, and then you let go over a little early, the release points earlier, because you're trying to slow it down, and everything's all discombobulated, GK.
56 and high.
Yeah, kind of missing everywhere. Now he's found a base pitch that he's just trying to find the zone with, but it's all over the place. And finds one there.
It was a 100% take from Tom Gannon. Alex Hutt finds the strike, full count. Tom Gannon spoils that one.
And that's more just like a floating ball there, not a slider. He better be careful with that pitch.
Way outside. And it's 2 batters and 2 walks for Alec Hutt. His debut pitching start in the PLW is over here in the top of the first. And as you mentioned, Jim, we're going to see Nate Stepna get some innings. Yeah,
good. I was surprised to not see him on the team sheet to get the start, but I do understand the move by Sasai and Billy, and it's an early appearance for our friend Kirby here.
Yep. You know, Chad Phillips was sort of asleep at the wheel there as he was watching ball after ball come in from a brand new pitcher in PLW. I don't know, a third base umpire with a little bit of experience might have anticipated a possible need for Kirby Bucket, but instead he was running through the palms in the dugout down the third baseline, and Kirby's a little bit late to the show. There's that user error we're referencing at the top of the broadcast, GK. It was never a doubt. It was only a matter of time.
He's out there running around now.
Oh, yeah.
New tires for was there new tires?
It's all new chassis, new everything.
Yeah,
Down
and I
there
saw
below.
new tires. I saw a little bit of grip on those turns he's getting.
Oh yeah.
It's like an F1 driver
Jim, if
going
you
to
flip that
soft
controller
tires.
to normal mode, you have to be careful how quickly you hit the trigger. Kirby will take off so fast now. We're going to get some footage. We'll get it on the stream. We'll get it on the IG account. Kirby can really haul now.
Man, if we can get let's get a responsible operator, GK, before we get that going.
I do ask every night who's the third base umpire, and I worry some nights.
Well, that's well warranted. Driving Kirby is a privilege, not a right, GK. So that's good. You worry about those kind of things.
Stepna having issues of his own finding the strike zone, and the Vaderz have walked the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, this is a disaster start for the Vaderz. Can't really put it any other way. And Tanek, oh, that ball's trending fair.
Wow. Foul ball hit a mile.
This will be a pitcher he has a lot of at-bats off of. From Stepna's days of the Stoneman. Stepna features a slider, and he'll throw a little drop ball. Has trouble finding the zone with that pitch, though.
Swing and a miss from Tanek. Let out a little bit of a noise there as he exited the box.
Yeah, I've noticed Tanek's swing is less compact this year. It's very long and trying to do too much to hit the ball at the ballpark.
McDowell's going to smash that one right up the middle.
That's into the wall.
Oh, did it hit the wall?
I don't know. I can't tell.
It's at least 2 runs
I don't think
on
our
the
umpires
single.
can tell there, and that's a tough one for the umpires. I'd like to see Kyle and Chad running into center field on that ball. Kind of almost got to follow the ball to really make the call. Can't sit by the first baseline and make a call from there. It's too far out in center field, and the lighting's not good enough.
As it stands now, it's a two RBI single.
It's a single, okay. And I'm sure they're pulling the players there a little bit, and it's a challenge, immediate challenge. And Tanek heard them asking the players for that. I mean, they're kind of asking players, they didn't really know. And I challenge this too, because you'll see guys like Tom Gannon umpire out here, and he's halfway into center field on that call. And so why not give it a challenge? Oh, and it's that's tough.
Looks like it's probably a dirty double. Might have gone off the right hand of Roundy into the Leilani banner and then into the hand of Battistoni.
I'd like to see Mr. Head Umpire Chad Phillips get on his horse a little bit out there. I know he's aging in years, GK, but...
Very difficult to tell from our angle whether
After review, the call of single is confirmed.
it went behind the back.
He might have went behind the back.
Roundy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what
it
he
looks like.
did.
Yeah, he went behind the back to keep that in. That's actually a savvy play.
So the Vipers will lose their challenge there. The ruling on the field is upheld. They single.
Nice play by Tanner Roundy.
They put runners on the corners for Jordan Keegan. Just one out.
Great job by our camera crew. Really caught that behind the back play. I don't think Tanner would have got credit for that if it wasn't for the challenge.
In there, 52 for strike 2. Graphics, when you get a chance, put base runners on third and first. There we go. Thank you so much. It's going to be flared into left field. Nobody
Trouble.
home. Gio Battistoni on the run, unable to bring it in. A dirty single will bring Tavano home from third. Sandvipers up 3-0.
Oh, Gio had a beat on that. He got there. He did everything but catch it.
Yep.
But Gio, man, made the play. He's not happy about it. A little smack to the container, too. Oh, he knows he did all the hard work. He did all the hard part except for the easy part of catching it.
Well, the Vaderz had the full shift on for Keegan all throughout game numbers 1 and 2. They did it here in game 3 as well. He responded by going to the opposite field, a long run for Battistoni.
Oh,
56. That's why we've got that 56 emote in the chat. It's the worst number to hear as a pitcher. Hicks will check his swing. Shot into center field. Roundy underneath it. Leave runners at first and second.
crucial for the Vipers to add on here. The Vaderz, a deadly lineup. They've already seen Tanek.
Gannon's going to go dead center field. That's going to drop, and it's going to be a ground rule double over the Leilani sign. That'll clear the bases, tack on 2 more for the Sandvipers, 5-0.
That's a massive, massive double by Tom Gannon there, coming to the rescue, and they're calling that a dirty double?
I believe it's clean. It just went over the back wall. I believe it was a ground rule double, the same as any other double.
So a ground rule double would not score the guy from first.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Just 1 run. Thank you for that correction, Jim. 4-0.
Tom Gannon, crucial there. He's going to be on the mound later in this game. And now Billy Santiwan, when do you put him in? He's got 2 innings left, and kind of a disaster start for the way the Vaderz wanted to set this game up. Didn't use him in game 2 because it was a blowout, and now you kind of mess around with your starting staff and 2 quick walks, and now it almost doesn't make sense to use Billy again. He's, you're going to use him, but got to keep this thing close.
55 on the nose. Stepna lets out a little come on as he heads back to the dugout. But damage done, Jim.
Yeah, that is a big strikeout there. But yeah, 4 in the first, and yeah, kind of you want to use Santiwan's 2 innings as kind of a closing 2. Now it's kind of probably going to be a keep it within 4 kind of 2 innings and see what happens now. So that does change the landscape of how this game's going to play out. And then advantage Sandvipers, they have Tom's 2 innings to close it out. So a little bit of a shift in strategy there by putting 4 on the board.
We get these up here from time to time.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one there.
Are you explaining to our viewers
wiffle ball.
What was going on? We got one up here in the booth. We'll keep it up here.
Yeah.
Huge 12-6 from Tanik. As we go back down to the field, Billy Santiwan batting in this game in the 6th hole. And he'll fall behind 1-2. Rolls over. Justin Hicks at short. Gathers, throws. Puts out Santiwan for the first out.
Yeah, Santiwan kind of hitting 6 in that first game and then take the second game off hitting. He's one of those Vaderz that has well over 100 at-bats this season, so he does not take too many games off. And dropping him in the order, and then he's coming in hitting 265. He made a little bit of a funk because he was in the mid-300s there for a while. So Santiwan not finding so many of those ground balls through the infield as he was in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but a lot of defenses you've seen. They've read the book on Santiwan now, and you see a lot of guys deploying
4
infielders for him.
Yep.
Great hit by Ibarra. No chance for Tavano to get a hand on that, and he's on first base.
Ooh, that's a good poll there, GK. Which one of these teams won't make the playoffs? These are all teams right now that are trending in the right direction, I'd say. And the Bombers well out in front of this poll. Interesting here. All these teams playing some decent ball.
Tanik, healthy dose of 12-6 curveballs tonight.
Legends off a series win. Vipers off a series win. One's off a series win. Vaderz as well. So,
no.
A lot of oh-no's, GK.
Tavano making a good play over there, going to second base. Hicks unable to come up with it, unable to get the force out. Runner safe at first and second.
And Eder in a big spot. Him and Ibarra have had trouble kind of getting it going.
Scored that one E6.
Yeah, I can't assume the double play, but definitely should have been a force out. Fielder's choice there at minimum.
Sure.
And that's a big one there. Easy one there. Third to second.
And the Vipers get out of it after that error. The Wiffle gods choosing not to damn the Sandvipers after that error.
Yeah, and you look at the approach, GK. I mean, hips flying towards the container, really opening up, looking to hit one over the left field. Just always run that risk of topping that ball, and the approach just has to be different in that spot in this league. The hitters will come to find out, and managers are going to start punishing hitters if they don't start doing it. I know Chad on the Lightning is very adamant about his hitters having team at-bats in that spot. It's not as big as an RBI situation as you may think. As you can see there, how easy it is to grind yourself out of an inning. So the approach, the mindset has to be opposite field fly ball there. Has to be. Situational POW hitting.
As that double play does indeed end the inning, that'll bring Nate Stepna back up to the mound for the Vaderz. Kind of a rocky start last inning. He did strike out Tavano to end that very long first inning. We'll face Tanek here to start the bottom of the second.
I'm also willing to say, as POW evolves, I'll wait for this pitch here. As POW evolves, GK, when lefty hitters are on the bench in that spot, a pinch hit is possible there.
Sure.
When the game's really on the line. You'll see pinch hits there to throw a lefty up to keep that from happening as rosters start getting more and more depth. Just more deep POW strategy, GK, and the managers are keen to it.
2-2 to Tanek. Tanek, of course, made a dramatic entrance in game number 1, returning to the lineup, and he's going to shoot this one opposite field. Solo home run off the top of the container, and the Vipers extend their lead, 5-0.
Much better approach from Tanek, short, compact, point A to point B. And he's done a lot of his damage to the opposite field this year. I believe that's his 8th home run of the season in limited time, so the power numbers are still there. And that ball just getting over the container.
Fouled back into the broadcast booth by McDowell, 0-2. Looks like the Bombers headed towards an unwanted victory in that poll, of which teams out of those 5 will not make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, the 4 teams that didn't get voted on are playing well. The Bombers only team coming off a losing series, so some recency bias there, possibly.
Swing and a miss from McDowell. Stepna will strike him out.
Alex Bombers says LMAO at that, which, I can understand why the Bombers can be winning that poll. It's not out of the question that they would. It's one team has to miss the playoffs. Back to our bias conversation, GK.
Somebody's got to win the poll,
Alex,
but
we've talked to you about bias already.
flared into left field. Keegan goes the opposite way 2 times in a row now. I think the Vaderz might have to rethink their shift.
Yeah, if Keegan starts doing that, and that's the tutelage of Adam Tanek, he's going to work with Keegan a lot and getting him to go that way. That's just going to open up everything for him.
Justin Hicks will look at ball 1 from Stepna. 1 on, 1 out. Going to swing and miss at that slider. 1-2. Slider inside. Hicks will wave at it and sit down. 2 outs for Tom Gannon.
Gannon with a big RBI double in his last at bat. Let's see if he can provide with 2 outs yet again. A similar fly ball like that to right field will definitely get out of here.
Ball 1.
This is the kind of pitcher I think Tom can get around one on and get one out to right field. He's got that uppercut, fly ball swing. Oh.
Uppercut at that high pitch from Stepna.
Correct pitch, just wrong location, just a little tight him up there.
Slider inside will even the count.
Stepna doing a good job, really getting in on the hands of Gannon with that slider. That's where he needs to miss. Anything over the plate might get hit hard.
Gannon reaches way outside, but gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Yeah, I think Gannon doesn't want to take walks here. He wants this slider. I think he's seeing it well.
Oh. Just gets underneath that one, fouls it back. Stays 2-2.
Looks like his timing's pretty good here.
Gets a piece of it right off the tip of the bat.
Stepna sensing the need to go to something different there. Drops down, gives him a different look. This is good stuff.
Dribbler.
Oh, it's that one.
Stepna throws it into the backstop for the 3rd out.
It's the dribbler, GK, the one that rolls fair. Oh.
The dribbler.
Yeah, Gannon going to be frustrated with that at bat. I thought he took some good swings there. But we roll on to the third. Sandvipers, man, it's been all one-way traffic since game one, GK.
Yeah. Sandvipers firmly in control here in game number 3, 5-0. They did fall in game number 1, 2-0, a total pitcher's duel that went into extra innings. 2-run shot by Alex Hutt. Won the game for the Vaderz. The Sandvipers came back and won game 2 going away, and they are ahead here in game number 3, 5-0, as we move into the top of the third. Tanner Roundy will lead off. Adam Tanek will return to the pitching rubber. 12-6 inside, ball 1.
I'm interested to see if they give Tanner Roundy a look in game 3 on the mound. That's all his innings left.
Yeah.
You know, was a little shaky there, but he's been dominant at times when he's throwing strikes.
That 12-6.
44, floating that thing up there.
Roundy's having trouble with that pitch in particular, Jim.
Yep. Yeah, Roundy's been up in some big spots, particularly in game 2. Left 6 runners on base in that game alone, and probably that was the difference in the scoreline.
Tanek's going to go back to the 12-6. I think he's going to keep throwing it until Roundy proves that he can hit it. There it is again. Off the hands of Tanek. Tavano picks it up, fires a strike down the middle for the ground out.
It's a great job by Tanek getting a piece of that and giving his infield a chance there. Sticking his left hand out, taking some velo off of that comebacker. Tavano, firm throw, puts it away. Big out, Tanek looking to get to 4 innings. That's his magic number in this game.
Ball 1 low.
Sandvipers don't like to use a lot of pitchers. If they're using a lot of pitchers, they're in trouble.
Stepna turns on that 12-6 inside. That ball caromed off of third base umpire Chad Phillips.
Yeah, I got a little piece of sparkles there.
Is it cold enough that I can see the breath coming out of our third base umpire? 12-6.
Something like that.
Shot foul way high by Stepna.
In that game, well, GK, I've umpired for the Vaderz a lot on that first base side this year, and if that's the case, then it gets cold pretty often.
Ephus. Stepna recognizes it, rolls over it to Hicks.
Wow.
He makes the out from left field. What a play from Justin Hicks.
Man, Hicks has been a little shaky in this game 3 with his hands, not knocking the ball down.
But that throw.
But the arm, and that shows what some natural arm talent can bail you out of jail. Beautiful, beautiful display there. Great play. Oh, and he did it again.
A shin to block it, a slide, and makes the out.
Oh, fantastic.
Big man can move off the mound in a hurry, blocks it with his shin, gets after it, a sliding grab and throw from Adam Tanek.
Great, great action right there. You see the Sandvipers defense come to play, and a little bit of Vader's body language heading out to the outfield there. Maybe it's cold. Maybe it's they haven't lost too many series this year, and the Sandvipers got them on the ropes.
Yep.
This is good to see, and if this is a possible playoff matchup, these are the kind of series that will be remembered by both teams.
Yep, it looks like James Stein prediction before this series started, a 2-1 Vaderz victory, he predicted, but if Adam Tanek shows up, it could flip that on its head, and it looks like it's headed that direction now.
Man, I can't believe I didn't get that cue to see what was happening. I was totally blindsided by that Stone Cold Steve Austin-esque entrance there by Tanek.
We had to keep it under wraps as well as we could. Only a few people were aware of that entrance before it happened.
I was about to throw Nathan Dean out of the game. I mean, I was telling Billy Santiwan to throw a pitch. I mean, this isn't an acceptable reason to call time. I would call the strike on the guy.
Tavano will foul this one back.
Yeah, you guys had me set up pretty good up in the booth here.
Only a handful of people in on that one.
No, I got to work on my inner circle then. Not getting tipped on these things.
You were specifically kept in the dark. We wanted a genuine reaction. I think we got one.
Good stuff. I like how we always have something new here. Always something new for our loyal viewers here.
Tavano, third base, Alonso Valencia. Floated in there.
Speaking of loyal, GK, I mean, we have a night off, kind of a hiccup in the train, and we're right back at it with 400 plus viewers again.
Yep.
GK, I mean, just speaks to our viewership and kind of the loyal fans that we have, and definitely want to say thank you for getting right back on board on Tuesday afternoon, evening. Good stuff.
Tanek right up the middle. Look at it all the way to the wall. Roundy. Looks like he's coming up a little bit lame there.
Yeah, doesn't look right.
He did not make a dive, did not make an attempt to stop that ball. And he's walking around a bit gingerly after that jog from right field.
Yeah, he wasn't too interested in bending over either. Tanner is a tall guy. If the score line was 1 or 2-0, maybe he makes a stop there.
Mm-hmm. Kenny McDowell will swing and miss at a slider from Nate Stepna, fall behind 0-2. Pitch inside on McDowell, 1-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch inside from Stepna. McDowell will strike out.
Yeah, this is a crucial batter here for Stepna and Keegan. Lefty-righty matchup. Keegan's been going the other way on him. Got to keep this at 5.
Vaderz going with a more conventional defense after Keegan proved that he can go the other way.
Yeah, don't have to do it too many times before teams take notice. And now he can start bashing to right field. Just a game of chess, pretty much. Mm-hmm. One player moves a piece, the next player moves, and then you keep moving, and it's a kind of an endless game you play until the end of time.
He's going to go opposite way again, but this time there is a fielder waiting. It's Kyle Etter.
This time the Vaderz move the chess piece and record the out. 5-0 GK. Is it Comeback City or... And if you think it is Comeback City, it better happen now because Tom Gannon's waiting in the wings.
No, I don't feel that it is for that exact reason, Jim. I believe the Vipers have a firm grip on this game.
Yep.
I believe Tanek will come back out at the first sign of trouble. Mm-hmm. I think you'll see Tom Gannon.
Yeah, I agree. This is kind of the magic inning for Tanek. I mean, he's all the way tasked with going 4.
Right.
He is 3/4 of the way there. And Tom Gannon is waiting. But, yeah. I mean,
only 2 innings. So
yeah, that's the goal for the Vaderz is to get to him, to get to Tom as fast as possible and see what happens. But the Vipers totally threw off the Vaderz. I mean, Santiwan doesn't look like he's going to complete his innings. They've gone to multiple pitchers, and the Vaderz have been kind of punched in the mouth here tonight.
Ibarra will look up at the screen to see that it was 49 miles per hour.
It's kind of been the Sandvipers dictating the bullpen, dictating winning that kind of everything outside of the Game 1 pitchers duel. It's been all Sandvipers.
56. Ibarra's going to have to walk back into the batter's box. He's nearly in the dugout.
Oh, man, Alyssa Liu. Strong feelings there for our friend.
He got a piece.
Sparkles rubbed someone the wrong way, GK.
Oh, no.
That's pretty direct.
That's 3 games.
Opinions are allowed. Ibarra trying to go opposite way there. Puts it into the home dugout.
New pull here, yeah.
Who won the big trade? The trade they're referring to is Logan Christie and Sean Marcel for Brandon Mayo and a free agentship.
Yep. And we gave up a first-round pick as well. So for the free agentship, basically. Mm-hmm. It's hard to talk about that trade without discussing the Towers because the Night Owls gave up a free agentship for a first-round pick and then obtained a free agentship right back for Josh Towers.
That's
so
right.
Those trades are kind of, oh, wow, what a play. Michael Dean to the stronger arm of Hicks.
Outstanding awareness from Michael Dean. He was on his back. He saw Hicks right next to him. Why not just flip it over to the shortstop who has that automatic throw? They make the out. Bring up Gio Battistoni.
And then a lot of times trades, people talk about winning and losing. You know, trades are meant to be ties. You know, that's the true definition of a good trade. And I know no one likes talking about ties, but when you have a really good trade, it usually means both teams benefit, right?
Sure.
So it's hard to sometimes talk about who wins and loses trades, and the idea is to have equal teams benefit in it.
Battistoni. Hicks bats it down to himself, but he'll turf another one.
Kind of the term I like to use in sales and business, GK, is mutually beneficial. And that's what we're looking for when we do trades. You want it to be mutually beneficial, and hopefully both teams got some out of that.
And impossible to ignore the impact that a trade will have on the player. They're not robots. They're not going to do exactly what they did with their other team when they move to a new squad.
Yep, exactly.
These are human beings. They're going to be affected by the trade one way or the other.
Absolutely. Yeah, and hopefully Logan and Sean have found a good home with the Night Owls, and they play their best ball of the season in the second half.
Kyle Etter will swing and miss. Fall behind 1-2 to Tanik. Waste pitch outside, evens count.
Seen a lot of looks from Etter tonight of just how did I miss that? He doesn't know how he's swinging through these pitches that are hitting the zone. And it's kind of perplexing him a little bit.
12-6 inside. Good take. Full count. .12-6 shot left field high and gone. Kyle Etter with a 2-run shot. Put his team on the board. The Vaderz are yelling, "We're still here," as Etter gets him onto the board.
Big knock there by Kyle Etter, and just kind of what you needed to have happen in this game. I mean, this was kind of the inning to chip away, getting 1 or 2 off Gannon, definitely doable, but 5, no chance. So Tanik now with 1 out, and if they can chip away a little more before the 4th is over. But Tanner he's been a little off tonight. He's had a few moments at the plate, but he's also been kind of pressing at times.
Tanik giving Roundy a healthy dose of top to bottom curveballs. We'll go sidearm there. A little bit hot. Get Roundy to wave at it.
Alyssa Lou said something cool about an MLB player, and Chad said, "Who cares?" in the booth. That sounds about right.
My goodness. Ephus. Wow.
Chad is at times direct with our audience. He's the same way in real life. It's just him being authentic, that's all.
Yeah.
Very direct in a human being, I would say. That's a good story.
Another Ephus. This one's well inside.
Thanks for sharing that, Alyssa Lou. Excuse me.
This pitch from Tanik was so far off the screen. Drops down sidearm. 3-1 to Stepna here. Tanik doesn't like the ball. He's going to exchange it. 2-2. That first pitch graphics was a strike. That first Ephus. 2-2 here.
It's trouble.
Off of Dean. Goes off the foul pylon. He's not going to make it. Off his hands, off the foul pylon, into right field. Looked like he had a little bit of hesitation, not knowing where to throw it.
Oh, and GK, maybe a bit of a break there hitting that pylon. Mm-hmm. That ball spinning towards that little gap you saw on your screen. Oh. That might have been out of play.
It probably would have been.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a break there for the Sandvipers.
Why there's a gap there, I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
Don't ask me.
Oh, and that's
what a play by Tanik. Shoots his left hand out, makes a soccer goalie save. That was headed for top corner. Instead, it's the 3rd out of the inning. But the Vaderz do strike. 2-run shot by Kyle Etter has put his team on the board.
Yeah, 5-2 now, a little bit more of a doable task, and they're going to stick with Nate Stepna on the mound here. I thought this might have been a good time to go to Santiwan to keep it 5-2, yeah, but maybe even Tanner Roundy. But they're going to stick with Stepna. He's been kind of, outside of that, I think a 4-run first inning in GK. It's been pretty much flattened out by Stepna. So that experiment with Hutt kind of coming back to bite the Vaderz here. Yep. Just took him out of the game right away. Kind of jolted the strategy, and now it's a little bit awkward of when to bring in Santiwan, and so they're going to try to go Stepna, and then leave the 2 innings for Santiwan here, and it's going to be maybe a Gannon-Santiwan battle to finish just like we started.
Yeah, looks like the Vipers wanted to go complete 4 with Tanek. Get Gannon in there for the last 2. The Vaderz will follow suit, hoping Stepna can get them in to the 5th. Stepna does retire Hicks quickly. Stepna, not a whole lot of work this season with the Vipers, but a lot of that due to attendance and having some very good pitchers in front of him. But he has shown throughout his PLW career that he's a capable pitcher.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's why I made a big deal about why he didn't start Game 3. He's been an established guy out here. And
pop up. Stepna off the mound in a hurry. 2 quick outs for the Vaderz.
Yeah, and the Vaderz traded for Stepna. They got rid of, got rid of Ryan Roosh for Stepna, and Roosh has turned into a pretty darn good left-handed arm. So Stepna is a key cog for them on the mound.
Tavano's going to turn on that one. It's going to stay fair. That looked like it was headed foul, but it stayed on a line. A solo shot from Mark Tavano puts the Vipers up 6-2.
And the shutdown inning that was required is no more. Mark Tavano getting it done here, extending the advantage 6-2.
As we look at the replay here. Right down the line, straight as an arrow into the palms. Solo shot.
That pitch inside, almost a ball.
It was a ball.
And,
I believe it was a ball.
Kind of just upper body strength there by Tavano. Tavano kind of keeping his hands inside to keep that ball fair, but he's got strong enough forearms to get some power behind it without getting extended.
Tanek's going to go the opposite way, and it'll get through Kyle Etter. Not done yet. Tanek with a double.
Has this guy made an impact or what, GK? Tanek, home run, couple doubles, pitching. I mean, absolutely turned the tides on this series with his presence.
Oh, yeah. Definition of a game changer right there. That man standing near second base.
Yeah, it looks like he's in a better mood, a little more smiles, and the vacation probably did him a little bit of good there.
Stepna's going to bat that one over to his third baseman, and Valencia's going to short it.
Oh, man, that was the shortest throw of the day by a lot, and he shorted it. Oh.
Yep, he stood straight up. Didn't have a whole lot of momentum going there, as he had to kind of move sideways to gather that one that came off the hand of Stepna. So McDowell will reach first base on a throwing error. Runners on the corners for Jordan Keegan. He's gone opposite way the last 3 times.
That's a key 2-out error.
Oh. He's going to go opposite way again, a flare, but Nate Stepna will make the out.
Chad getting out of the way, our umpire moving on that ball. Seeing Stepna coming towards him, no thanks.
Vipers extend their lead 6-2, a solo shot by Mark Tavano. And we'll move to the top of the 5th. The Vaderz chasing 4.
I am not seeing wiffle balls in Tom Gannon's hands.
Tanek is back out.
And maybe this is Tanek saying, Tom, you kind of carried the ship while I was gone. You've thrown a ton of innings. I got this one, buddy. Let me give you a night off kind of thing here. I'm not sure that's what's going on, or Tanek's also pitching well, so that's one part of it too. But
yep.
Tom, when Adam was gone, it was pretty much Tom pitching most of the innings for this team. So,
yes, it was. Their entire strategy revolved around managing those innings from Gannon.
Yeah, and that's a lot of responsibility. It wears on you over time. So maybe Tanek, this is him just saying, hey, Tom, I'll take care of this one, unless we get in trouble, obviously.
Ethan Ibarra will lead off. Hit the first pitch foul.
Excuse me.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. 59 for ball 1. Can I interest you in a hot cocoa, Jim?
Maybe.
Swing and a miss from Ibarra for the first out of the inning.
Maybe lacking on sleep, GK. A rare yawn out of me in the booth.
Oh. Rather large hot cocoa.
Oh, yes. Will be.
Battistoni's going to bash this one into the pool. Solo shot from Gio. His red hot bat stays red hot.
This guy, GK. All world right now.
That one just landed in the Bellagio fountain.
Yeah, flexing those muscles. Go ahead. Don't need to show us how strong you are. That ball way out of here. 6-3. Getting interesting.
Kyle Etter will swing and miss at a pitch outside.
Good job by Etter taking there. Not a big part of his game.
He's going to reach his hands out. He's going to pop this one up left side. Sparkles got out of the way just in time.
Scrambling out there back to back. Pop-ups over there that he's had to wiggle out of the way. He didn't know where to go.
Michael Dean makes the
That's a
play.
good read. That's a funny replay.
If he didn't, there might have been a case for some kind of official interference. I don't think there's any call for that. Anyway, there's 2 outs. Tanner Roundy been struggling tonight. Ooh. Looks at a pitch high, just misses the top bar.
Oh, and that's looking strike 3. Roundy struggles with Tanner. Continue, GK.
Tanek showing a little bit of moxie there, stepping laterally off the mound as we're used to seeing several different pitchers in PLW do. Don't see it from Tanek quite a bit, but he steps off to the right side, comes across the hands of Roundy and freezes him.
And you got to give your, at this point, your kind of solo home run to Gio, and you're kind of a sure thing at this point. And damage done, but not too bad. You'll give up the solo home run there, and it's 3 outs to go and 3 runs to score for the Vaderz.
And as expected, here in the bottom of the 5th, we have seen the return of Billy Santiwan to the mound. Is it too late, Jim?
You know, you always gotta throw your guy here to keep it a 3-run deficit. It is probably the least deficit it's been all game. I mean, they started off 4-0, so
Sure.
Yeah, bring him in here, keep it at 3, and see what you can do in the top half. But yeah, just an interesting game 3 here, and the Vaderz have the luxury of being able to do that, especially with the ones not playing yesterday. It did give the Vaderz a chance to play around a little bit, I guess. Feeling comfortable at the top, aren't they?
Santiwan hasn't seen action since game 1. Obviously pitched 7 innings in that game. Sat out all of game 2. Back here at the end of game 3 to pitch his last 2 remaining innings. Justin Hicks is going to hit this one straight up. Not an easy play for Ethan Ibarra, but he does come up with the ball. Shallow center field.
One thing I've noticed from both these teams, these shallow pop-ups into kind of the shallow outfield. The infielders have been doing a great job getting range out.
Yeah.
Getting the work done early. You want to get the running done early on those pop-ups.
Well, Tom Gann is going to roll over this one.
And he hits Tom there. A bit unnecessary at GK. There's a lot of backstop there to hit.
Yeah. A lot of a very big backstop.
And chooses the one that Tom's standing in front of.
Take 53 on the knuckleball. I believe there's 2 outs. 0-2 to Tavano. Knuckleball inside. Comebacker. Santiwan, over his back. Ibarra charges, and he throws it in to the monitor.
That's great instinct there by Ibarra. How's your monitor look, GK?
It's fine.
Okay.
It survived.
I know you're up out of your chair very quickly there. Oh.
All right. Batted it down. Thank you. The ball is fine. The monitor is fine. Everything's fine. Nothing but smiles and sunshine and lollipops.
Ibarra showing great instinct on that play, really quick off that, and recognized that he needed to make that play really quickly. So quick that I think he had a little more time than he thought he did. He was so fast to that ball that I think he could have slowed down a little bit and not made the throw on the run.
Tanek will reach way outside and wave at that one. He'll strand Tavano over at second base. And we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. Last chance for the Vaderz. Sandvipers 3 outs away from securing a series win. It'll be Tom Gannon to shut it down.
Got to shut it down here, and a big series win for the Vipers. This is kind of a big, I'd say bigger for the Vipers than it is for the Vaderz. This kind of, I'd say, puts the slump that the Vipers were in, 4 of 6 now in the last 2 weeks, and back on track to the top of the PLW standings.
Nate Stepna looks at ball 1 from Gannon. It's not dirty. Finger change way up high. Stepna gets after it, fouls it down into the turf. Grounder to Tavano into the backstop for the out.
Key leadoff man out there by Gannon, coming in and doing the job. And look at Logan. Welcome to the gifting community. First gift sub in the channel.
Good job, Logan.
Welcome to the gifting crew.
57 is a ball to Billy Santiwan.
Adless viewing, of course, will help people keep it around. Absolutely. Nobody likes watching ads.
Swing and a miss from Santiwan.
Is that a knuckleball back at Billy there?
Mm-hmm. Inside on the hands. On the hands of Billy.
Good pitch there. Would have spoiled that one off. That was pretty nasty. Oh, slider 51.
Freezes him.
Yeah, it's never hot from Gannon. I mean, it looks a lot hotter than it is, but after facing him last week, he did not throw much over 55.
Vaderz down to their final out. Comebacker off Gannon. Tavano picks it up. Delivers it into the backstop for the final out of the game. Sandvipers win it 6-3 and take the series 2-1. Everybody stick around. We're going to get a poll up in the chat momentarily to decide who we want into the booth. Jim, if you had to gamble on it, who do you think is going to be sitting up next to you for the post-game interview?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Adam Tanek. I was going to say Billy Santiwan or Gio Battistoni after that first game. But the Vipers really took command of that series in games 2 and 3. And obviously the triumphant return of Adam Tanek will probably, I think, sway the polls a little bit as well.
There is the poll. Tom Gannon, Adam Tanek, Jordan Keegan, Mark Tavano, or Justin Hicks are your choices. Get your WIFFLE points in there on that poll. 1 minute from now, you will see the winner of that poll sitting in this seat as Jim conducts the post-game interview. Jim, good series.
Well, I'm doing the interview.
Yes, that is the color man's job.
Oh, I've been doing them all season as the play-by-play guy.
Oh, well, whoever it is, you can decide. But it's definitely you.
No problem,
I just call the balls, the strikes, what happens to the ball. I leave all the pontification to the experts.
No problem.
And we'll see who's it going to be. I believe your prediction is going to come true. The wealth of these votes coming in on Adam Tanek.
As the Gio misses the board again.
Oh, poor
He's pretty
Gio.
good this series, and he can't get on the board.
Yeah, if the Vaderz had been victorious in game number 3 and won the series, surely his name would have been on that poll. He probably would have won. But it looks like it is going to be Adam Tanek. I'm going to vacate the booth and go grab him to join you, Jim.
Excellent, excellent. Looking forward to getting Adam up here. If any questions you guys have, send me a highlighted message. I'll try and get to it. I haven't seen Adam in a while, so this is going to be a lot of fun. To kind of pick his brain a little bit, and then GK will come. He'll come and meet me back here, and we'll review this series one more time and preview our Wednesday night series. But coming and joining me is Mr. Adam Tanek. What a surprise. Adam, haven't seen you in a while, buddy. I just want to say glad to see you, and I missed you, and I hope you had a good vacation, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I was watching the game there, waiting for the right moment to kind of come in and look like I came off the airport. I mean, I did get here a little after 11 a.m. this morning.
Wow.
After 28 hours.
Jeez, you're that fresh, huh?
Went straight to view another property because I don't know if you heard, we're building a new field. They backed out.
Yes.
And so looked at another property today. It could work.
Good.
Think on it. We can close in 2 weeks.
Wow, it's a quick close.
Yeah. The house is a little old, so I got to think, is this where I want to live the rest of my life?
Right. And, there's other repairs and add-ons that go into that. So
There'll
I
be
understand.
some. Yeah. It's not as much.
Buying in Las Vegas is a tricky job, and it's very very rare that they go smoothly. So I wish you the best of luck on that, and it's just good to see you. I think our fans are glad to have you back, and I was completely surprised. Everyone kept me out of it. I thought Michael Dean was making a business phone call or something, and I was about to call. I was about to tell Billy Santiwan to pitch, and so completely caught me off guard. And
Kyle knew about it. Greg knew about it.
Man.
And then Dean knew about it, and then obviously Tom.
Right,
he went and looked at the house, and then Trench isn't here, but he also knew. So it was just us. And
let's get into the series, okay. Adam. It's kind of a star-studded game one there with Santiwan and Gannon. Going at it heads up. Tom kind of blinks first. And then I felt like the Vipers won the rest of that series kind of man-to-man, when it came to the bullpens and kind of the rest of the components of wiffle ball.
Yep.
And you got to feel happy about that.
I do. And, when it was going in extra innings in that first game, I wanted to go long extra innings. You know, we're eating up innings out of Tom, but I liked our bullpen on paper a little bit better than theirs.
Sure.
This year, I feel their bullpen has walked out a lot, and there hasn't been that dominant number 2 out of their pen.
Right.
Since I've been gone, I've been trying to keep up with games. McDowell has looked great. I was pretty confident. More confident in McDowell than myself. I didn't know I was going to come out here on 28 hours of no sleep and have command like I did.
We're going to back up, Adam. I mean, we were watching you a little bit, and we feel like we've watched you pitch quite a bit and working on your game on vacation at all.
Well, when me and Tom were in Costa Rica every day, threw some sidearm pitches. We were working on it. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, being in the booth with you and just being next to you all the time, and I saw a few wrinkles to your game out there on the mound that you came in and threw a 53-mile-an-hour sidearm pitch, slowed it down a little bit, and I got a guy looking out of it. So it looked like you were working on your game, and I kind of love watching your swing, very similar to my swing. You don't hold back. Tell me about your approach to the other way. It looks like you're much more compact and to the ball than when you're pulling it right now.
Yeah. Coming in that first at bat, thinking about it all the way here on the flight, I had hit a home run about 1,000 times in my mind.
Yeah.
Came up there, and I got that pitch down and in, and I'm going to pull it. Pull it, Jim. And no, I struck out, and I did not hit the wall again with the bat, so that's good. But, like you said, later on, sitting back, letting the ball get deeper and going the other way, that's my game, and that's kind of when I watched video of my swing and everything on vacation. I was in a big slump.
Yeah, you were. And I feel comfortable asking
happy.
you about it, honestly.
Yeah, pull happy.
You're getting big on the right side there, trying to pull the ball.
Yep.
And a guy with your power and trying to just overswing, I felt like, and opening it up a lot and K'ing a lot.
Yeah. It was somewhat of a slow start, and then I kind of put a little extra pressure on myself with yourself and everyone else doing really well. And Taylor hurt there. It's like, oh, this is my chance. Taylor's hurt. I can win an MVP. No, tried a little too hard.
Often the case, man. But a guy with your power, and then when you go the other way, stay compact. It's so fun to watch, and really glad you're out here. And what a big boost to your team that have won 4 of 6 now and right back in this thing.
Yeah. Being able to, I had the Vaderz number 1 in the power rankings. I think I was the only one that put them number 1. They have a very solid squad, and coming in today and seeing their lineup, they had everybody here.
Yeah.
If they end up, they have the pitching that can just work on getting more reps. They have the talent for pitching. They're going to be really scary. Right now, that's their only weakness, and it won't be for long.
Right. I mean, Tanner walking out in game 2 really did you guys a favor there. I mean, when he's on, he's pretty tough.
Yeah.
But
both 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
2 leadoff walks.
Yes. And so that put you guys in the driver's seat, I thought, and you guys never looked back from there.
Yep.
So we have a really good second half coming up. A lot of people are starting to predict this is a possible playoff matchup, the Vipers, Vaderz, and a lot of other combinations possible as well. So happy to have you back for the second half, and look forward to getting this thing rolling for the rest of the season here.
All right. Well, thanks, Jim.
Am I going to see you in the booth again with me?
Oh, possibly.
I've missed you. It's my right here.
I have I do have another. I still have hotels and stuff paid for.
What, like?
I have a whole trip still. So I came back to look at this property, and I'm only here for a couple days, and then I'm back for good on the 24th.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
I had so much fun tonight. I'm looking to see if I can get refund on this trip and these flights that are already pre-booked.
Interesting.
The plan was to stay gone until Toronto was ready, and Toronto was supposed to be ready on the 22nd, and I was going to be back on the 23rd, and then now just everything fell out from under my world right now.
Right, you got to get your living situation comfortable. You got to be comfortable off the field. You know, I totally understand that, and so I'm wishing you the best of luck of getting all that all sorted out. I'm in the same kind of. I've talked on stream about my difficulties of finding a place here.
Yeah,
my last 6 offers have been.
I've been lowballing.
Yeah, that's what people keep telling me. I promise I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm a victim to cash offers out here.
At least I can do the cash offer.
Right, and that's huge. That's a huge leg up. I'm trying to finance the home, and it's just been an uphill battle. So I completely understand what's going on. And whenever you're back next to me in the booth, I look forward to mixing it up with you, as we always have a good time up here.
Oh, absolutely.
And anybody in the chat, I'm not seeing too many questions, so I'm going to let you go celebrate this one. And again, just glad to have you back, buddy, and hope to see you around.
Well, good to see you, Jim.
Excellent. I'll welcome GK back up into the booth. That was a great interview there with Adam Tannick. Doesn't get any bigger than that. That was an incredible surprise to have him back, and a lot of good insight there. If you guys caught that interview, that was probably one of the better ones that we've done. Just such a free-flowing conversation, GK. I know you got to hear a lot of that. That was good stuff there.
Oh, just great to see Adam Tannick back where he belongs here at Hideaway Field. We really did miss him, not just his play on the field, but his presence overall. Obviously, not just the powerhouse at the plate and the pitcher for the Sandvipers, but also the commissioner of PLW and having him away. We felt that something was missing, so really great to see that dramatic entrance in game number 2.
That was great.
Good to see the Sandvipers take 2. The Vaderz won game number 1 2-0. Sandvipers came back 10-4 in game number 3 and won game number 2. Won game number 3 as well and took the series down. I believe we're going to have a graphic up to see who we have playing tomorrow night. It's going to be the Night Owls versus the Legends right back here at 6 p.m. Don't forget to set your clocks. If you haven't done so already, hit the follow button. You'll get a notification every time we go live. 10-minute countdown starts at 5:50. Pre-game starts at 6 p.m. First pitch at 6:05. Jim, I want to thank you. I want to thank the entire stream team for coming out tonight and putting on a great production. PLW Nation, I want to thank you for watching. Live from Hideaway Field, Greg Kelly on behalf of Jim Dodos. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night.